Mom? Mom? Oh, I mean, this is just gonna make me weep, man. There's a lot of black people in line, aren't there? Oh, yeah, it's racist to say. It's racist to be honest. So here we go. It's your boy Peanut here, back with another hit. I know a lot of people have been saying like, they don't like me because I'm white, and that's fine. I hear that all the time. Like, at least come and say something like different and interesting. Oh, I don't like you because you're white. Oh, whatever, mate. Why don't you go fucking do one? Oh, hey, I love your vibe. Why don't you lick one? Why don't you lick one, you little creep? So yeah, I had a good fun session roasting some freaks. And I think I've been blessed because there's another video. I was having way too much fun. And my Christmas is just getting better. Because I say, the temptation to make slop in December is just too tempting. The cool, it's too much for some. So we got some more video from Katie Clism. And by the thumbnail, it looks like she's really managed to tangle with by what looks like a very smart individual. This looks like this might be one of her toughest intellectual matches I've seen. The guy, from what I remember from the thumbnail, he was like wearing one of those like face balaclavas that a certain type of demographic use. So just bear that in mind, because I don't know, like there's a lot of identity politics going on, but just really think, is that like the stereotypical British patriot you would expect to see, or is that potentially something else? Who knows, you know? This is the true secret. And it's nearly Christmas. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. Children singing Christian rhymes, with logs in my toilet, shits in my bridges. I don't know. But anyway. It's something bad's going on, mate. Right. All right, fellas. I lick my nut. Right. People were saying it was like a sound issue. I think it was like a fuck you issue. They're like hiding her videos from me. Yeah, right. Okay. I might have been wrong. He might not be black, but he's definitely wearing on these face things. Can I just say that one of the top comments here is just this is going to be one of the most depressing things I've ever watched. As a dad with 5 kids and 2 of them daughters, thank you so much for this. My wife and I sat here and watched this. That is just so cringe on so many levels. The fact that you're like taking advice from a woman who's barely even like cut the apron strings. She has like no. And she'll bullshit. All women do. She'll come up with a list of a million shitty things she probably did in college, and how she probably was in the front line in Ukraine, and probably went to Africa and built all these like houses, and her black professor said that she was really smart. So like some bullshit, but no real actual experience. She's been abused by an ex-boyfriend, but seriously, that's every woman. That's every single woman in Modern Women in 2025 has been abused by some metric. So you just can't say that anymore. I actually think there's like more men who seriously have been traumatized and abused in their relationships, but they just don't. They're not. No one cares. Than her, or just women in general, who are just like. Because men might do more physical stuff, but women do more psychological, and that can actually be worse. But Katie won't admit that. She'll admit it when it's convenient to her, but not when it's convenient to me. So again, look, she's talking with two very young white boys, but they are probably like, oh, it must be like 90. They're like, and also probably look like they do trade, like a trade job, which I've got no qualm with. But again, they're not going to be like the brightest. Like, that's not a problem. So I think tradespeople are geniuses in their own way, but it's just this is just interesting. What I think it's just you're not going to see Katie like talking to someone in smartly dressed and is like well put together and has some like quite eloquent answers. It's always she's going to make sure that she knows that she's picking. And this is what every woman does. I go online. The amount of times I go on like Pearl Davis will write some like inflammatory shit on X and just she's like goading for someone to like write something. I will always write something which I'm not being cocky, but she's not a smart woman, so I know it's like a rip off from my like opinion. But she'll never choose to go after me and like pick mine out because she knows that it'll probably end up like, people will just laugh at her. She's gonna pick like the guy who probably just swears at her and just calls her like something really inflammatory. So then she can be like, look at the classic kind of incel guys that you have, or blah, or you know, stuff like that. And it's the same with her. She might have had a few conversations that have been like that, but she's not going to show them. She might have had like a few women who just be like, yeah, it's actually not bad anymore. It's not like that. And she'll be like, I don't like this. It doesn't fit my narrative. I'll just end it, and I'm just gonna like not show that part. And we'll never know. Because that's the problem when you're watching like edited stuff. This is why even in the context of what she's doing, I don't really agree with it. Like, I would go one further. If you're like, who's that guy? There's just like, there's loads of people who can just go on Omegle live, and you're putting a lot more on stake because you know if you just crash out or you say something stupid, that's it. You're gonna have like you can't do anything. But she just doesn't do that. She has like infinite amount of time to do this. Just curate and pick the best ones she wants. And that's like why when I see this bloke saying about I'm watching it with my daughter, I'm just like, again, she's not even the best person to use for this. Go speak to a professional. Don't speak to her. What does she know? Probably thinks the capital language.
Say hello to my YouTube.
Oh no. So she's again. So remember, like, this is just what I was talking to you about. Where it's like when I was like talking to my dad about how he lived in a generation where society was just perfect for like men. He didn't have to worry about stuff like this. He never had to worry about going to work and there'd be a trans guy there, and then you accidentally say the wrong pronouns, and now you lose your job. He didn't have to worry about that. He didn't have to worry about there being like 4 black guys in the office, and then I don't know, one of them like is microwaves fish in a microwave, so you tell him to not do that, and you get fired for like because it's racist. And the 4 black guys like vote you to get fired. He didn't have to worry about that. He didn't have to worry about going on Omegle when you're 17, 16, or however old you are, because you're a fucking child, and like as they've done, they've just seen a woman and they just like, they just said like F you or I'm gonna R-word you. And it's not, I'm not condemning it. Really, I'm not. But I was an edgy teenager, and this is just, again, this is another one of these things where it's like, the problem we have is sort of like demasculinity with men is that you're not allowed. Women want to enter the arena and they want to be treated like men, and they want to have like the same kind of like stick and there's banter that the men get. But then actually, when you do it to them, they just like go, they'll shame them. And I suppose like whatever, but it's just, again, it's the difference between like the men and the women. The women will choose to become the victims when they want to, but then they'll push to be the men when they, and in other words.
We do not like this. Get them out of our country. Keep them far away as possible. Good night and God bless.
My claim is that, and only.
What happened there? Oh. But I'm just gonna keep note because it'll be interesting to see like what will be like the races of the men that she's gonna show, and it will be white. There'll always be like straight white guys. If a black guy calls her like a bin or something, she won't show that. Or she'll say it's like it's because he's from Africa, and it's like that's actually like like a sexual thing that they do. It's like part of their flirting. Some bullshit. Some actual bullshit. Because she would have had like a black female professor who would tell her, "Oh, if a black man tells you you're bint, that means he actually really thinks you're sexy." I don't know why he's Indian. It's probably Indian and black. Make sure you vote against white man. He will just want to make you get locked up, not like us. We love Sharia law, and Sharia law makes sure you will be protected. Now women are like, ooh. Well, my Indian professor wouldn't lie to me. I know, like, white guys would lie to me. Because white guys just want to have sex with me. Not Indian guys, they don't want to have sex with me. That's at least what my Indian professor said. It's not my black professors. My black multicolored hair teacher told me. Oh, I mean this is again, this is like another reason why like you never want to sell games, because you do get that. Because like I don't want to say I wasn't like rich, because that's not fair, because I was pretty rich, but I wasn't as rich as some of my friends. But I'm not like angry about that, because you never are. That's the whole point. Is that in the grand scheme of life, you like never are like. But anyway, I went to. Yeah, I like yeah. I just would usually trade my games in, which a lot of people would go, "Oh, that's the worst thing you can do." But I actually don't think it is, because I could buy a game, and then from that game, I could probably like get about 4 other games out of that one game, while only paying the same amount for probably like another new game. Does that make sense? So you could buy like basically you get 5 games for the price of 2, if that makes sense. Because the trade-in economics used to be really broken back in the day. Because like physical media was the only way you could really get games. Well, it was the only way you could get games. So it did deadlock it a lot. Now, because obviously you can download stuff, the availability is just is redundant now. So sometimes that artificially could help, especially back in the day. If you bought a new game, and it just turned out to be one of these like shitty like kind of games where you ended up completing in like a week, you could still trade it in, and you could probably get like 35 quid for it in trading value. Then that would be like pretty much like a whole new game.
Are inherently bad
Oh,
for society.
God, oh god, oh god.
Wait, no, alright, so most people, watch on their own or with a partner, correct?
So look, oh, sorry, hang on. And this is just what I mean. It's like, this is just so bad faith. Just in the sense that she's not really picking. And then she'll probably argue, well, I wanted to ask the kids because I wanted to see like what their view is. But then again, they haven't got any life experience. They don't know. It's all great for them to speculate what maybe porn will do to them in the future. But they're not living in it. They haven't lived it. They probably do watch porn because they know how fucked the female like dating system is. It's like when you're a kid like his age, you can't fucking date anyone because women, unless you're shit. Because unless you're like really good looking, well, I don't really know what it is like from what I understand. Because women just have social media, so like, the girls who are like that guy's age, shit. So, oh my god, what do I do? Oh my god. Clear the way, clear the way. Good God. Ooh, popped his head like a zit. Well, I just don't think they're gonna quite have an answer, are they? And, probably I think I probably did watch the most porn when I was probably young, because you're like generally more horny when you're young. Like, when you get to my age, I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not as horny, nowhere near as horny as I was when I was like 19, 18. Da, da, da. Oh, someone shoot me from there. Oh, gee. For fuck's sake, it's like I couldn't even fucking finish that go. It's actually insane. See, that looks great. You little fuck. You like punching people, do you? Nice. Yeah, he said, well, hang on. So the majority of porn is watched what? By people by themselves or with someone else? What other is it? What, someone's watching porn with no one then? Or everyone they know? Those are the other... I mean, those are technically the 4 categories, aren't they? So either yourself, with someone else, with everyone you know, or no one. You just turn porn on and you just go and leave the room. And this is what I mean. These are the kind of people that she's having a conversation with. And like she's got a massive grin on her face again because she's aware that she's just here to like gotcha them. She's not even like good at like masking it. Like women aren't. They can't do it. They try to play man and they can't do it. Because they're not. No matter what they do, they'll never be as cool as a man. They'll never be as cool as me. She can never get away with like burping and farting because it'll just be gross because she's a woman. She knows that. And she might have a simp boyfriend who'll like say that he finds it hot, but he's lying. He's absolutely lying. He doesn't find it hot. When girls fart, it's disgusting. I know. I hate saying it, but it's true. I don't like it. I know they do, and I shouldn't care, but I do. And I think if you're a feminine, a real feminine woman, you will probably understand that. But it's because of feminism you won't, because you've been taught to just be gross. Because trying to be sexy for a man is the worst thing you can do. That's the big Islam's 101. It's like if you were thinking of like, what would you do if you were like China, if you were like from China or like Islam, and you needed to fuck over like the Western world, what would you do? Well, try and teach the women not to like their men. All right, how would you do that? I don't know. Let's just get Indian teachers and black teachers in universities to. Oh my god! No! Wait. Oh, sorry. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh my god. How did I not kill him?
Yeah.
So how does that affect society as a whole?
Oh my god. We're in front
Yeah,
of
there you go. Yeah, you've done it. We've got that. Yeah, I know.
Oh!
I was gonna say, because men are gonna look at women different. Blah blah blah. If they got a partner, then they're gonna like actually.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
You're right. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Okay, first of all, you're acting like the majority of people watch.
And also, can I just say, by the way, the fallacies of this is like Kay's the kind of woman who, like, let's just say her simpy boyfriend, she wanted to go out to like girls' night or something and go out clubbing with her single mates. She would be the sort of person who would call her boyfriend like insecure if he didn't want her to go out, especially dressed in like a slutty outfit. Which, let's be honest, looking like her will be anything. Like she's not, how can someone like her even like dress in a non-provocative manner? Like seriously, if she went out into a nightclub, every single like black man and like I don't know, well, it would be an Indian guy probably gonna like hit on her because they see those tattoos as a sign of promiscuity. Being a whore. That's like the psyops. That's why like there's certain religion want you to do it because they know like stupid people are foreigners. They like work like they like work like animals. It's like a bee. They like when they see like when like birds see bees, they know not to eat them because the yellow jacket. It's the same with immigrants. When they see like women with tattoos, they just assume from porn that they probably means they love cock. So. So you're probably trying, but no, you got. Kay has tattoos on for another reason. It's not because she loves cock. It's because she doesn't love cock. That's the see. This is the thing with women. They get traumatized from cock, and then they put the tattoos on. It's probably misogynistic, but again, she wants to play with the boys. That's fine. I mean, I'm not one of the boys. I'm one of the men. I'm not like these people from the Mego. I've got some actual experience. I've got some wisdom. Oh shit! Speaking of wisdom, I'm about to suck a big one. There's two of them. Oh fuck! No, no, no! Oh my god. Oh, beautiful. You just don't even know.
With their partner, that's not true. The majority of people watch porn.
I love that. She just got trolled. So maybe I think this is her bloopers actually, so maybe they will be funny. So just hung up. That's what I would do, honestly. As soon as she just started like being like the liberal teacher, I'd just say, brilliant. Yeah, hey guys, you want to come around my house after going to college and hearing about how everyone hates you because you're white? Now do you want to go online and get lectured by some bin about why porn is your fault, and I'm going to shame you for looking at porn because all the women are broken because of their online dating, because they all go after like, I don't know, the top 1% of guys. So that does leave like an offset of men who are like average, who don't get any women. So yeah, they use porn, but we're gonna shame them. We're gonna shame them because it's all the men's fault. It's the man's fault for doing that. How fucking dare the man want to jerk off? Well, women don't need to jerk off because they can just bang a man. How dare men have like their own urges and they need to jerk off, so they have to use porn because women only choose to date the top 1% of men? How dare men do that? Fuck men. Men can lick my giant clit. Oh, not me. I don't know if that's Katie. And she probably does have a giant with it. I probably should stop because she'll somehow sue me for sexism. So I gotta be careful. Oh, why? How does he even dodge us with an alien head? Oh, good. Oh, good. I think I'm doing pretty good. Look, she's actually talking to the Indian guy, and she's like, she looks smitten. She loves it. And this is what I mean. First rule, tell women that all men's opinions are the same. All men are the same. Indians, me, men's geniuses, NASA scientists, top musicians, Indian man, African, Somalian man, black man. Everyone has the same. North Korean guy, Muslim man. Oh god, oh god. Oh my fuck. No! No! Yeah, baby! What's going on? This is actually legendary. Alright, this game is insane. Look at this. Sorry, I mean this is in. Oh, whoops. Oh. This is generally more exciting than whatever Cataclysm's video is. Even though I'm just gonna make fun of it. Oh. Good God. Oh, I think this might be near the end, actually. They might be the last two. Yeah, sick. That's pretty dope. That's how you do it, chumps.
I'm doing a debate.
What I call
Alright, this guy's black.
I'm a good debater.
Okay.
What are you debating? What's the debate about?
Good maths debater. Look, she got massive grit. She's excited. She's speaking with one of the dangerous tribesmen. That she gets warned when she's like the debutante in the.
Is inherently bad for society.
I hate
I
girls.
agree with you.
Okay, cool. We agree.
100%.
Well, that's it then.
Bro,
Debate.
debate over already, yeah?
Yeah. Well, you agree
So,
with me.
so you're looking for people that disagree with you.
Yeah.
So you're against that.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm with you.
So again, this is it. So just gonna say, no, Katie. So the black man, he's like the only one she really agrees with, because again, he doesn't fit that narrative. He'll be left only because he's black, so he wants all the gimmies. So he's going to be like socialism. He wants all of that. He wants all like the gimmies. And also, Katie doesn't want to look racist because I'm sure there are loads of black guys who did say like they love porn, but she won't show those. So she's probably found or cherry picked the one black dude who actually did like say like he didn't like porn, which is probably a lie. He's probably just lying. He's probably just lying because he knows, because people can just lie. There's no penalty to lie. The dogs. That's pretty fucking Krauser, dude. He just does an absolute insane amount of damage with his knife. Like, I think it's broken, but fuck it.
Bro, I do videos.
Bro, my name's Katie, and I'm like down with the bra. And that's why I don't mind swearing at her, because she's down with the kids, man. She's brah. I love it when my women say brah. It's so sexy and feminine.
Only people, I'm against it. My whole channel is about hating only. That's why I'm here. I'm debating people.
On what? Go on.
I'm like debating whether it's good for society or not. I'm against it.
Against both.
Yeah.
If you promise to edit out my face at the start, I don't mind doing it.
Okay.
Look at
The
this.
holiday vibes without requested funds. Info send.
Hi!
No QR code in the app. Drop it in a locker and boom. Collect from a locker 24/7 or delivered straight to their door.
They call me the nice son of Krauser.
$1.99. Fully trackable by sender and receiver. Download the Info app and discover Send today.
So cool.
Okay. So, why?
Why is bad just
Okay. The average age that people access is 11 and a half years old, which I would say is like a really big deal considering, well, so many factors. Like, to be honest, I would summarize it as it changes the way they see the world because, like, if you don't even know what's at 11 years old, you can access with your head. It's bad for men. It's bad for men's, like, self-esteem when it comes to
Before you continue, I don't think that I don't know if you like.
Ooh, don't disagree, Katie. She's gonna be very annoyed at that. She's been taught by her black teacher to never ever. Oh wait, this guy is. Oh, he is straight. Sorry, he is white. But you see, like, there's a theme with the accents. I don't know how they all just surprisingly have like this really common, and it's not. It's not even even northern. It's just always seems to be like Estuary, like where she's from, like London. Like that's like a London accent. Like you get me, Mush. So she somehow always seems to be talking to specifically people who like from fucking London, and like, I don't think London's where the best and brightest are. Again, people will lie to you and say they are, only because of the universities are, which actually is not even true. Like, there's better universities that are in London. Oh, I don't know why you used that. Oh, great. Did that kill it? No, it didn't kill it. Of course it didn't kill it. Oh, brilliant. I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Oh my sweet god. How do I do this stinger move? Ah, fuck that bug. Oh, great. Imagine having to slit a bug's neck. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
Witnessed it before a young age, like most young guys do before.
He sounds
Like,
black,
yeah,
he's not
like,
black.
Like when I was like 11, it was my mum's boyfriend. I got some.
His mum's boyfriend, so already he's like from a broken home. Which is just what Big Boo wants from you. Oh, great. Oh my god. You little bastard. Ah. Help. I'm getting ganked. Oh god. I don't think I can take that thing out, can I? That seemed rather anticlimactic.
It's with your brain, so per se, it depends what you do with it.
It does.
Like
Though. This is the thing. Like,
If you're gonna sit there all day doing nothing, then yeah, obviously.
no,
it's
it chemically alters your brain. Like, once your brain is chemically altered, it does have an effect on you. Like, you might not think it does. That's like how people who drink all the time would say, like, oh, I don't think it has an effect on me. It does. There's no arguing that.
What effect does it have on you?
Remember, Kay knows all the answers because her black professors told him. Her Gazan teacher told him, Palestinian teacher told her that she can do anything the boys can, and all shame men for porn. Shame as much men. No, what you do, Kay, you go out and shame as many men as you can. Fuck everyone who's white. Unless they're gay. If they're gay, they're really good. They're good. Even other women, fuck them. Especially if they're better looking than you, fuck them. The only people you should like are Indians, black people, and Muslims. Even Chinese don't like them. Ooh, did you see that? Execute him. See, Wesker, hate Wesker because he's I mean, Wesker is evil, but just hate him anyway. Even if you don't know what he did, just hate him. And then if he dislikes you, don't just be really confused because just remember he probably did something really evil, or his family did something really evil, so he deserves to be punished. Oh, good. Oh, good. Why is that an infinite amount of you? That gun is really good. It's basically like a magnum. Oh, what the fuck? Clear the way. Oh, good. Flat bomb strike.
Your brain.
For sure, yeah. Once you put one in once.
Viewing it once, I wouldn't say yeah. Does viewing it once have like a catastrophic effect on your brain chemistry? Probably not. But
Yes, it does. That's literally where the trauma comes from. Like, I would disagree with that entirely because some of the most traumatizing moments for me were like generally moments when like even when I was like 12, I watched like Poltergeist and the bit where the guy like ripped his face off. Even then, I knew like I was probably too young to see that because I was like that would really fuck me. So she's wrong, I think, and I think I remember like the first time I kind of really saw like porn. And it does kind of mess with you a bit because like you have no idea. You like probably well, I don't think I'd really seen a woman naked. Oh god, oh, she's got a fucking gun. She's got a fucking gun. It's taking chunks out of Wesker. I'll do that again. Still in village. She's got a fucking Gatling gun.
And I would say that if you are viewing it once and you were a child, which obviously with the average age being 11, then that one time is enough to scar a child.
Yeah, there you go. So she's going to go. But you know what I mean? It's just I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to come on to like this is a time of leisure, and I've probably just had enough of my gobby, bitchy boss or my fucking gobby, bitchy woman. And this is the shit she won't know because she hasn't gone to work. And even if she does go to work, she'll be the bitchy boss. So she's just talking to a bunch of liberal women who are just like, aren't men just the fucking most annoying people in the world? All they do is they think we're just like blah blah blah, but all they do is watch porn all day. Yeah, because if I had to hang out with someone like Cataclysm, and I go and date her, some blown out woman who has spent all of her most fertile years just going to an indoctrination camp to learn why you should let Gazans come into the country and R-word other women, not you, because you didn't choose to have children. You decided to go to liberal camp. So you're kind of bitter that you don't have kids, and you are kind of bitter you've made the wrong choices, but it's too late, and you now know that. But you don't want to accept responsibility, so what you're going to do is you're going to drip your anger out passively in little moments like this. And you think I don't know? Oh, I know. Alright, now you're fucked. And what do I do? Just yell, hey, 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 oh, hey, hey, Wesker, well, just calm down, dude. Hey, hey, even through the fire. Hey, hey, Wesker, just chill out, dude. Hey, hey. Oh my god, look at that. He's taking out the buildings as well. He's got his suspenders on.
At the age of 11, they're going to be desensitized then, moving forward to a lot more things that they see online. They're not going to think like that.
Oh god.
Sorry,
Hey!
That's definitely not true though, because I'm 30, even my phone.
He's 30! He's wearing a face mask. What a little creep. Oh my god. Like, just don't be ashamed, dude. You're white. You already look better than like 80% of the world. This is the sad irony. It's like white men are so brainwashed. They think they look really hideous. But seriously, even the most washed up white guy probably looks. Well, I mean, I just personally. Well, women will lie to you, and other black men. I'll show you a picture of Drake and be like, look how hard Drake looks, and I'll be like, yeah, he's good, mate. He's got really good face shape. Big, strong lips. Ooh, oh god. Women love that.
11, 12. Like it's a common thing for guys to do. It's got a bad thing since the internet that guys are addicted to it.
Oops.
I agree with you there, but that's more due to laziness.
They just said Jew.
This sort of stuff is not due to the actual.
He just said it again.
First of all, the argument.
Do you remember when Wesker just showered all the enemies with bombs?
So, like,
I fucking don't.
Playboy, Hustler, Penthouse, all of those things.
Yeah, how old are those? Who? I don't even think Playboy does naked women anymore. Hustler, I don't. Did these even exist? What about Nuts magazine? Does that still exist, Katie? Do you remember did you get annoyed because your boyfriend at the time had got Nuts magazine instead of playing with you, he played with the PlayStation. See what I did there? Just some of the hijinks you can expect from joining my channel. Don't you fucking dare, dude. Now look at this. Hey, hey, clear. Solar plexus. Hey, Wesker, chill, dude. It's okay. Hey, whoa. He can even like teleport. He just. It's not even like described what's happened. He just alters reality.
I would argue that back then, like, it wasn't as bad. I mean, like, when I'm talking about, like, I'm talking about, like, Gonzo, like...
What is that?
Like, on what you can access now. Although I think, like, any...
Gonzo porn?
...isn't going to have, like, a overall positive effect on your brain. Stuff like...
What was the type of journalism?
Stuff like that, when it was just girls...
So, I mean, she's an expert in it.
And, like,
She wants to be in porn.
What I'm talking about is the evolution since then. So, like, how we now have...
It's like, you know, when you get people who are like really obsessed with working to catch child predators, and then they find out they are a child predator, and you're like, oh, how could we not know? Just get that kind of vibe. Like, why are you so fixated about it? And I get, like, maybe you generally don't like it, but I don't know. I can't feel like she's like the best spokesperson for it. And it is the way she looks, and the way she talks. It just feels like she's doing it for like her. She's like the only reason she would want to ban porn is not anything to do with the men. She'll lie and like that'll make it out shit. It's actually just because she wants like the men to just stop looking at porn and fuck her. And that's like the same as like why women make the women in games ugly and stuff. It's exactly the same logic. Oh, fucking hell! Can I just come through? Can I just actually come through? There's too much to ask. Why do I have no health? Thank you. Fine.
It's like hardcore, violent.
I don't know who's. I think she's looking at her.
I'll disagree once again. I'm sorry I keep debating all of it, but
That's
it's
fine.
like you had all these things back when I was a kid, even my parents, and as far as I know their parents as well. It's like you had Playboy like the tits on it, and then you had like the more hardcore mags.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I saw like a mag, like you said, I think like the first mag.
Like
Then I'm like,
the typical argument of it's we've always been like this, we always do it that way isn't ever a good one to have. And talking about
Why?
why not though?
Okay.
Exactly. And this is it. She's been taught by her like liberal white rainbow-haired teacher that like she's never ever concede to a white man. Never concede. Just always, because if they get an ounce of power, then they'll continue to bomb Gaza. And that's why they don't do it. So she will never ever concede. It doesn't matter what this guy says, even though he's older, and he's actually got anecdotal evidence as well. So not only has he got like, because Katie hasn't even got any of that. She doesn't have any. She's just got like stories that her liberal teachers taught her, and like her like liberal white liberal teachers. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh my god. This isn't good, is it? Got him.
You said that.
Let me just finish.
Oh.
I'll let you land, but I want to ask one thing and then you continue, right?
Okay.
You said that it's Scott you, but does that mean that every man is Scott? 'Cause
Yes.
every man
In Katie's head, that's exactly how women work. If what's ever happened to Katie, that's everyone. This guy's sharp. He knows. I've also done a lot of research into the female persuasion. Katie won't believe me because her her rainbow-haired teacher will tell her, and her Indian teacher told her that all white men are evil, and that he did a special. He had like a special team in Hyperbad who they were able to work out that all white men are like evil and wig nuts, and that she should only sleep with like white Indian guys. So she knows it's just not to do it because white men are always going to lie. Only trust Indian men or black men, because black men don't even know how to lie because it wasn't a thing in their culture. Actually, white men invented lying, and they used it as like a slavery device to like enslave women. So yeah, she's right to not really trust anyone who's white because like I'm just gonna tell you like the facts now. Like I know I'm just trying to like entrap all women. It's not the Muslims that are doing that. It's actually me. I really like, that's not the only thing I want to do in my life is just entrap women. It's like so she's right to be really critical of anyone who like questions so forth, especially if they're white. If they're black, like that black guy, that's okay because he's like he's just proud to be like, and he's you know he finally has a chance to shine. But it's not fair for me because like my family, even though maybe they died in World War II, that doesn't matter. The black guy is like way more important. Black guy is like really important.
Okay, so I would argue that maybe not every single man. I can't speak on behalf of every single person, but
Why not? You were doing a pretty good job of this before.
I first came across when I was maybe 13 or 14, and you know, again, I can't speak on behalf of everybody, but if the average age is 11 and a half, I would argue that
I don't even know where I stopped at that.
more like people would be scarred than would not be scarred. I think at that age, right? I think you can agree.
In what way? Like when you say scarred, in what way?
Okay,
Like, what
so
are you talking about?
picture this, right? You're 11 years old, you're online, like this was before the act came into place where you had to put your ID in. You type in, you are greeted with loads of videos. You click on one, and one of them is like a violent gangbang where someone...
When does that happen? When does that happen? Because I'm not looking at that stuff. It's like I'm never like I knew that stuff existed and I never looked at it. I think this is her. She's been mollycoddled in society. She's been told it's all white people who are like doing this. It's not. It's like black and Indians and like Muslims who are doing that. Why? Well, look at how they have sex. They all just R-word their women. They all do. So how do they get off? It's not going to be like passionate lovers, are they? Like the white people who've been told not to like beat their women. It's going to be all the fucking Indians and Africans and all the Indians who that's how they have sex. It's just like they are with their women. And old Katie here, she's been like lied to because the first thing you get taught in University 101 is that all men are the same. All men think the same, but white men are just evil. Like black men think sexually the same as white men and Asian men and Indian men. Everyone thinks the same. So if you think like black men are going to be like more like violent in the bedroom, that's racist because actually all white men, Asian men, and all Indian men, they're all going to do exactly the same. And you're racist to think that. Actually garbage. Actual fucking garbage. That's why you just can't listen to these women. And Katie probably would vote. And she's allowed to vote, so she's gonna vote for people like me to go to Russia and die. Like she'll want to do that, even though she's got no say. She's got no nothing in it. Like she won't. She knows she won't have to go, and she knows if anything happens, she'll be like those Ukrainian women who just like flock off to America, and she'll just get like plowed by some black guy in like America, whilst like people like me will just get like bombed by drones in like Russia, and she'd love that. Like women love to be war brides, but she'll be really happy with that. I'm gonna make it my damn mission to make sure she doesn't get that satisfaction, because I know how much she wants it. And I'm gonna get even more satisfaction making sure she doesn't that doesn't happen to me. If I'm gonna get bombed by drones, she's coming with me. That's the very least is what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna die for her to go get plowed by, I don't know, black guys in Europe coming over here. But this is where we are. And can you not see like this is how women like her are being used to just ruin the West? You just get women like her to leave the home where she's being protected by her dad, because the dad's not even in the picture, because you're going to make it so easy for divorce to happen. Then when she goes to uni, you're going to get her to try and like vote against in favor of like white men. And then if you're a white man, you're just going to end up being like fucked around in society and just told that you're evil and just pushed down the be under the thumb. And then in your free time, if you decide to like just chill out and like speak to some cool people in Omegle, you're gonna have like liberal women like, hey, using you as some kind of like fucking petri dish experiment, where she's gonna try and like you're gonna be a laughing stock to her Indian black and liberal women fans. I told you white people are dumb. Well, that's the black women who are gonna. Ooh.
Like a woman is being like,
Oh.
like no,
That's what I mean. I'm laughing as well, because this is like this sort of hyperbole. It's like there's no nuance, and it's like she can't do it tastefully. She just has to like call out. Like the first thing they watch is giant, massive gangbang rape orgy. I'm like, Jesus, why did you just have to say it? But she has to say it because that's what she thinks is like appropriate. Video. But she feels she has to say the title. She has to say it. That's why I laugh, because like I'm not offended, or like I don't think it's like cool that she says it. But it's just the fact she does say it. I'm like, okay. So you just all right. You're always really careful about what to say on YouTube, but when you want to say like the title of the it's like is that specifically the one that you saw? It sounds like you were triggered. It sounds like what's happened is she's watched that, and then that's the only way she's learned how to get off. Maybe that's actually what's happened. So she probably did like go online, and when she was 13, found that like orgy video, and now like that's the only way she can go off is by and that's actually the story. She's the one who's traumatized. This is the story. Because I think maybe this thing, maybe men, it's not the same, and it's the women who can't deal with it, and this is what we just come to terms with. And that's why she's like so hyperfixated on it, 'cause she's on a quest to like try and discover why she is messed up now in the bedroom. And you're gonna be like, whoa, input, how do you know that? Well, look how she's dressed. And if you're gonna say, well, that's not always true, it is. I'm sorry, this is using my life experience. I can speak to like loads of dudes. Women like he are the ones who are going to be like, honestly, they're going to have like the whips and chains, and they're going to be the ones where you're going to have to spend like a couple of hours getting her off because she's broken, because she watched the R-word videos when she was a kid. Which is again my other reason why it's actually women who shouldn't be allowed. Oh my god, am I dead? It's actually women who shouldn't really be allowed on the internet, in my opinion. I think we should just ban women off the internet until they're like 30. Maybe there's like certain websites you can use, but you just can't. They're not allowed to like interact with people. It's just you seem to just get exposed to videos and trauma you can't deal with. And it's like why women can't really deal with it being in war either, because like it's like ironic because I'm doing this. Like men probably could, if they know that who they're killing are evil, just do this and be well, not necessarily be okay, but kind of like probably get over. But women, they won't. They're probably like off themselves because they don't have the brain to deal with this. That's not what they're supposed to do. It's why like even like. Or mysteriously, like when you see the Jewish people in the IDF, it's like they always make the women have like the sort of secretarial jobs, admin jobs, and then there's all of the men have to like be the bombers and the planes and like the front lines. All the women just get to be like, oh, I don't know, you can have a nice secretarial job, because they know the women will just fucking freak out and they'll be useless if they get traumatized. And that's why all the rabbis own all the porn websites, because they want women like Katie to look at porn, and then they think that's like how they should get off. Cause it probably does impact the women more, because she probably is like being exposed to like a new way of like being like done like in 15 different ways, and most normal women wouldn't think like that, or it'd be like some perverse like fantasy which her church would tell her to just not think about, but she sees it and she's like, oh, that's actually quite hot. She can't deal with it. Like her little woman brain can't handle it. So it's our job to protect them. That's why she's actually angry at the men. It's because she's annoyed that she was allowed to see it. That's why she's lashing out. That's why she's angry at all the white guys. I know. It's okay. I'm here to protect you. Oh my god. It might look like I'm not, but I am.
People like to say, oh, well, what about the amateur stuff? You know, that's not the most common and popular genre.
I think it is. I actually think it is. Well, it's the most popular with me. I think it's black people, Indians, and they make up more of the world than whites. So when you look at averages, that's why it doesn't count. Because white people are like a tiny demographic. And also the other thing is like white people are the guys who are like mostly banging the white women, so they don't need porn, because the only people who are using porn are black and Indians and like Mexicans who want to fuck white women, but they can't because white women don't want to sleep with people outside their race. And then the Mexicans, black people, and Indians are annoyed because they can't get off their own women. And that's another thing we don't talk about, but it's true. It's not so prevalent with white people. You do get some white people who are like, they will refuse to like date their own race for some weird reason. But anyway, even if that's because it's normally never going to be black or Indian. It will usually be Asian or maybe Latino if you're white. But there's about half of white guys, half Indian guys that don't like their own women. They prefer like white or like Japanese, Chinese. And Indians are just the least desired out of every single like female sex group, except like black women. But black women are the least desired out of all male. And white men and white women are desired for both. So again, if you hear Drake or anyone tell you how many women they slept with, yeah, they're an anomaly. But, oh, we're talking like in average. Oh, I mean. Oh, what a lame way to die. Alright, do like maybe one more.
Like violent. I think it was something like 74% of had violence of some form in it, right? So I think
that's what they're into.
Well, that's just, again, it's because of all the immigrants who are bringing into the country. You know, when you hear those stories of like the R words that keep happening, and you keep seeing like brown people. Do you know why they're doing that? It's because a certain race of people, a certain religion of people keep making porn, and they keep making the porn like really violent, and they have the white women like really enjoying it, and then so the immigrants come over, and then they think that like other women want to do that, and that's what's happened to like her. She doesn't see it. That Indian teacher tells her white people. Kay, you have a teacher called who a Jamaican guy called Professor I Love Weed, and he'll be like, "Yeah, man, white men are evil, man. All they do is rape the women. Not like me, man. I smoke my ganja, and I got my doctorate, and I'm the smartest man in the whole world, yeah. Any McCurdy, man. You need to sleep with as many men as you can. Fuck all the white men, the bomberclad. And also, go on a mickle and just fucking just roast some kids. Bomberclad. I wanna love you. Got so much to show the world, yeah." That's literally what it does. That's literally like what Katie's lesson was. I think she was doing like gender studies. She was trying to learn like she had to memorize all 90 genders. And when she got her degree, they were like her Indian professor was like crying so much. He was like, but actually it's because he'd made like 40 grand off her doing going there for 3 years. He's like, "Well, Katie, go on out there and tell those white wig nuts exactly who is the most racist. It isn't me, even though it is me, but it isn't me."
But that's what that's what these
Okay,
people are into.
okay. So if they're into that, that's because that's something that society has become desensitized to. So going back to Playboy, how it was just boobs and that was enough for men to get their rocks off. Nowadays, men can't. Okay, wait. Let me.
She is so offended. So this is it. This is the trauma she's got, and I know because I'm a good Kay hater. So I've watched her, and she's revealed that she's had like a boyfriend who had like a penis incident. He was jerking his gherkin a bit too much, and he couldn't get it up. And I think Katie feels very insecure because I think as a woman you probably would, but it is really funny that she brings it up because that's something I'd probably take to my grave. But women, they love to just tell everyone everything because why not? So she's told that thinking like that's just a massive own, but it isn't. It just makes her look stupid. It's like she's the one who picked this guy who like has a porn addiction, and it just shows like how women are fucked and they can't pick the right man. Like, I bet he would have looked like this is the sort of thing. Like you'd get a guy who looks like Lewis, like the guy I'm playing with now. He's the sort of woman like with all the women to go for. And the thing is someone like Lewis probably he knows he's very good looking and he knows he can just get any woman he wants. So he's just gonna have like loads of women and he doesn't need to like commit to any of them. So and he probably does have maybe he does have a porn addiction because again he just doesn't care. He just knows he can just treat women as bad as he wants. And the point being is that normally you would have like a man in your life who would see you like sniffing around Lewis, and they would say, no, I don't want you to hang around with him. And you'd be like, why? Because I know like what kind of guy he is. Because you are like basically Lewis. You're a man. And the women just don't understand that. They don't get it. They're just too easily manipulated. They just hear a man say shit and they just think, oh, he's so good looking, so I think he's gonna treat me well. They don't. Yeah, so you don't. It's just, I'm sorry. If you want to get married, you have to act like a wife. Generally, that's like, ironically, that's if you don't put out. Like, if you're gonna put out in like the first couple of dates, the man just doesn't bother because why does he need to try? You've just shown that you're just god. Oh, fucked him with a pipe. You've just shown that you're just like he doesn't need to work for you. But then it's also if you have a high body count, you can't do it either. So you're fucked if you do that. The only way a woman can do it is by keeping virtuous the whole way. Sorry, not virtuous. Like keep pure, as in like just not have a high body count at all. Because if you have a high body count, but then you still want to try and like act, and women do this. They say like, I've had my fun in my 20s and now I'm going to be serious. Well, that doesn't work either, because the men are just going to say, so you opened your legs up for Chad when you were in your 20s and now you're even worse looking. Somehow you expect me to still want to be with you. And that's why women have been duped, because the rules of men and women are just very different. Because that happens with men, and that's okay, because it's different with men. And that's the double standard women don't like. And they're just trying to change something biologically that men are not going to change. And you can't change it, because it's their sex drive. And it's the biggest thing. Women have been duped to become like boss babes, and for nothing. No man wants to like wife up some fucking 30-year-old boss babe who's just going to be a nightmare to be around because she thinks she can play like man. But then she wants a man who's still more masculine than her. It's just fucked. It's just absolutely stupid. They don't know what they want. They some reason thought they really wanted to play boss like so well. And the irony is they only realised the men were having fun playing boss was because there was no women there. And as soon as you just add women into anything, everything just becomes shit. Everything just becomes really shit. The only place that women are like good is in the bedroom, and that's it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go there. There's just nothing a woman can do except make kids that a man can't do better. Not even raising kids, just making kids. Once artificial wombs are made, you're fucked. He's got a Mauser, man. And he's got an old Chinese Mauser. Because I'd actually think men do raise kids better, and I think that's actually, oh my god, he's got a fucking gun. This guy. No way. No way. I'm just getting peppered. Oh my god, I just like lost everything. That took so much damage off me. I barely killed anyone.
No, because Nick, I keep...
No, I'm reviewing everything we're saying because that's not true. My father and a lot of his friends and on had mistresses and all of this to do some things they wouldn't do with their wives, aka we are the defenders of Leiden's future. And we will fight to protect it.
Great.
Are humanity's last hope.
Okay.
How to buy a thoughtful, last-minute gift. Choose to pay with ClearPay. Your home.
They wouldn't do with their wives, aka.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're talking about real now, but we're talking... Okay, yes, of course, if you're having real then yeah. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when it comes to... Back then, men could opt a pair of tips, and that would be job done. The reason why now...
You see what I mean? Her qualm is she's again, it's this trauma she's had. She clearly, I think like this dude who had the porn problem. I'm playing detective now. I think it was her first love. It was her first like real boyfriend. And this is true. Women, they usually do fall in love the most with like their first, and then it just is how it is. Anyway, so he probably did have a porn problem, and now I think she's like really triggered by it because she probably like found the phone or like the device he was looking at the porn at, and then got a glimpse. And I think if women see. Oh. If women see the porn that you jerk off to, it fucks them. It fucks them. Especially if they're like completely different type of woman to them. I'm just telling you this. I'm giving you my honest truth. You don't have to take it. I'm just telling you it's true. But maybe some women don't. If you're, it depends who you're dating actually. If you date really secure women, maybe, and they might think it's hot. But if you're just dating like generally, probably women who don't know you, maybe even looking at porn. I think most men do. It's probably like a few categories. Like I still looked at porn when I was like in a relationship, but I don't think there's a problem with that. Like just like I don't know if I was like visiting, I don't know, people like, just visiting your parents or something like that. Really, just who cares? Like, but I'm just saying like shit. There's a man code. And I think the man code applies, like the woman probably knows it as well, and that is just that if you do look at porn in your relationship, you better fucking make sure that they don't find out. And I usually am, I think I am really good at that. I don't think I ever did get caught. But I do think just, if you're just going to say on face value, most men probably do just look at porn. And even if you're in a relationship, whether it's like consensual or not, there'll just be moments where you just be like, fuck it, you want to wank, you like you might have gone out and had a few drinks, and you're just like not with your girlfriend's not in town. So what? If she's got such a problem with that, who cares? Fucking sort it out, get over yourself. Read one of your smart books. Or you can crank out oh shit! Crank it out to Ryan Gosling, but again, just to make sure I don't find out. It works enough with the women too. The problem with women is because they get often smart, like the books. So it's like that's like difficult because it's like you can look at porn on someone's phone and you just immediately know like someone's looking at porn. But if a book, you got to like fast through it and be like, hang on, is this actually like what am I reading here? I'm still not even like that far through. I've still got quite a lot of people to kill.
Is so hardcore is because of desensitization. And there's a famous convention, I think.
There's a famous convention. Here we go.
There, they do speeches. In one of those speeches in the early 2000s, one of the most, I can't tell you his name, so I don't know if that.
Oh, never mind then.
My credibility for you. But he spoke about himself as a director, said that the industry is becoming saturated. People are becoming desensitized. It's a capitalist industry, right? They're continuously looking to change the market. That's why instead of having now in magazines, let me just finish my point, because otherwise.
Let me just finish, you white man. I let the black man have as many interruptions as he wants, but not you, cracker. I'm allowed to say that. If I'm not allowed to say that, I'll lose my shit. If the black guys can say the N-word, I'm not allowed to say that, and I'll be really pissed. And that's probably the case. That is probably the case. And you know what? Black people probably even will be allowed to say it. You probably see Ray K say it. I saw that cracker on TV. And I'm like, well, I'm going to report that and they'll say it. Ray K is too valuable to our institution to have anyone ever done. How dare you? He's one of our brightest and smartest. And he's loved by the community. I mean, that could mean anything, couldn't it? Well, what do they even say?
Instead of just having, soft core and just
remember her Indian boobs. She's so like obsessed with it. She just wants to go back to prehistoric times where the only thing you can see is boobs. Every man can only jerk off to boobs. Like, she got like some obsession with her boobs. I don't think she has big boobs. I think it's a boobs thing. I reckon. Okay, I'm starting to notice it now. Starting to enter into the world. So I think the dude probably did jerk off to like women with massive tits, and that's like where the insecurities come from, and that's why she has the tattoos on her boobs or on her chest. There you go, got it. There's no way it's just a coincidence, is it? And again, I know she's insecure about it because it wasn't an insult that I actually said, but I know it's something she said where she goes like, oh, I always hear like people be like, oh, you little titty witty pick me, and I'm like, oh yeah, well, it's clearly you just revealed your excuse me. Women don't do a very good job of hiding it. This is again a problem. They try to play man, but they can't do it. There's just they're not as nuanced as us. Their brains aren't as big. Oh my goodness. I don't like the fact I've got like no health. No, I must survive. To the 50 caliber bullets. I'll take this. What? I love gum. Alright. How long have I played for? Oh, one more. I did very good. I could probably squeeze a little bit more out of this. It sounds like there's been a lot of updates for Battlefield 6. I've kind of left that game for a bit. I've just played it so much. Yeah, one of the aiders was really good. I think it's the alternate skin one. The one with the rocket launcher is fucked. It'd be good if I don't know if like the rocket launcher is something you can pick up. If you can pick the rocket launcher back up, that'd be really good. But I don't know if you can. It feels like it's just like you have one bullet.
People pissing in people's holes, hardcore bondage.
Yeah, exactly. Like she gets so graphic about it. Pissing in someone's asshole. I never actually knew that existed. She's just showing her own. She's doing this thing where, you know, like when like someone reveals, like they think that everyone does something and then they don't. It's like this is what she's doing. She's just revealed that she's like hanging out, or it's herself who's actually exposing herself to this really depraved stuff, and she's trying to like generalize that everyone does it, and it's like I think it's her. I generally do. I don't know, like what have we got to kind of prove? I just like look at her, all the piercings, all like the trauma symptoms, all the toys. This is all like symptoms of just like a broken woman. Like her rebellious attitudes. She still feels like someone who just hasn't had a strong patriarchal role to kind of tell her to like just shut up. This is what happens to women when they don't have a dad who tells them to like just where they learn their place in society. They're not that important. Just shut the fuck up. Like men learn that. We just learn quickly just to shut the fuck up. Unless you've got something good to say, just shut up. Yeah, is it her? Yeah, it's her. I think, yeah, this shit is really good. I feel stupid I never bought the, the bowgun, because it's fucking good.
And the majority has choking, slapping, misogynistic language.
Again, honestly, I don't get off on that. I don't get off on that. And I don't think that's. I'm not going to pretend like I'm approved for it, because like obviously people don't even watch porn. But generally, if I'm just looking at porn, I will just find like it's usually just amateur, just like POV of like just a guy probably just like doing the woman from like a missionary position or something like that. It's really boring. But I don't ever want to watch just like someone being choked or slapped or pissing in their ass, as she says. This is all the stuff like Indians and black people and Mexican people probably look up, because it's just degenerate. Although it's weird, because I guess like some of the Japanese do have some really fucked up porn, but I don't know, does it ever... Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. All I'm going to say to you is the violence is definitely going to stem from countries where, or societies where they just, that's how they do things with women. It's not from like white people. It's from these like second and third world countries where that's what they do. They just when they have women, you don't like court them, you just rape them.
Like people, like girls being called, and we didn't used to have that. That wasn't in.
We do. I'm so sorry to say, but it's so like maybe you weren't exposed to it because you are. I don't know how old you are. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay.
She's 22.
I was born on the internet. I was.
Yeah, exactly. But she's just gonna. This is the thing. So she's just gonna ignore everything this guy says because she's younger, so she's just smart for some reason. It's kind of like her attitude. Even though this guy is like, he's like close to my age, and she's 22 for God's sake. I thought she was 24. Absolute no experience. Just kind of like it was bullshit. She's just like read from an Indian doctor and like a Jamaican professor and like a black teacher. He's gonna like surprisingly say that all white people are evil. And if you ever think of like the kids dying in Gaza, look, she just like has pictures of like people who look like me just like on her wall. So every time she sees like a picture of any kids dying in Gaza, she just like sees an image of me. And it's like that, it learns to just like instinctively just hate anyone who looks like me. Anyone who's straight and white, because again, if they're gay, the gays are important. They're not part of that. It has to be straight and white. It can't be bi and white. It can't be gay and white. It can't be trans and white. It has to be straight and white. It has to be like cis straight. Like we're the true evil ones. We're the devils. We're El Diablo. And this is how much they hate us. Like this is all the kind of bullshit they gotta go through to try and take us out. Gotta turn our own women against us because they're pussies. They know if they went and follow us one-on-one, we'd just fucking cook their asses. So they gotta go to like some back-ass bullshit to like try and ruin us. It won't work. It's like what Indians do. But the good thing about us Anglos is we always win. Not like India or black people. The only thing black people wins, but basketball. Oh my god.
Born in 93, right? So literally, the internet came out a year after I born, or in the summer. I was born on the internet, so the people you're talking about, I was the first example of this. I watched when I was like 13, literally on the internet. I saw, I think it was like, no, it was Television X. I watched on Sky, right? I watched, they were on their phone doing their thing.
Oh yes, Babe Station. Exactly. So this is it. Maybe I was wrong about this guy. He is really smart. The accent does take me off. Well, I'm not allowed to talk about comparing, but I'm sure he's a genius. Shit, like everyone's a genius, dude. I need more of the greenhouse shit. Oh.
Right?
Yeah, Babe
But
Station,
that doesn't scar you. Yeah, exactly, right? But these things don't scar you, and it's always been around. Like, say for example, the Germans. You know about the Germans? They're into pissing and like we dominate.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's culture and all sorts of different things.
Thank you. This guy's a genius.
I understand that kinks have always been around.
Yeah.
I know that. People eventually in the bedroom, society is.
Remember, she's not allowed to concede because her black teacher told her that only to concede to black people. Because white people get like a secret like power boost from it. If you concede to any white people, every white person gets like a little power boost. So you're not allowed to do it. And she's told that. So in her brain, she can't. And I've met women like this where I've noticed that they just will refuse to concede to just me. And I've trapped them in like a logic feed loop where basically if they refuse to like agree with me, they basically just end up looking really stupid because it's just like a situation I put them in. But they'll still say they'll do it because it's just the women, they do it on emotion. They get to a point where they just start to like And this is the destruction society mentality. It's like they just don't, they won't, they're not acting on logic anymore. They start to just completely, because they get pissed off at you. And whereas men could still get pissed off. An example I'm trying to think would be like, okay, so if you're in like the army, for example, men will know that there's like a sort of hierarchy system. So if there's a general who's like a fucking asshole, they respect he's still the general, and they will like bow down to that because they understand how subordination works. Women don't do that. Women will not do that. They just won't concede. They will just play up because they know that society protects them. That's why you shouldn't give them power, because they're like the little kids. They're like, honestly, just like kids. You get kids, women, and then men. Women are like basically just like 5-year-old men, 5-year-old boys. When I think of like women, I just think of like my 5-year-old son when he's just being really cheeky, and I just know like I would never let him vote because he would vote for like Mr. Potato from Mr. Potato Head from Toy Story as the president. That's why you don't do it. And we've let women vote, and they put a Muslim man to like celebrate the 25th anniversary of 9/11 next year, and that's okay, because they'll see it as, look how far we've come. But then when the nuke goes off in New York, and then we'll see what happens.
It's going to progress to the point where people are trying out different things. I accept that, but there is no denying that it's getting worse and worse. When I was 13, that was when I first came.
What do you mean by worse, though? I need to understand.
Okay.
Why is it worse?
When I say worse, more aggressive, more dehumanizing to women, and we're blurring the lines between consent.
Oh my god.
Right? That is how it is.
That is how it is. That is how it is. My name's Katie, and that is how it is. My Indian teacher told me that is how it is. And he told me wig nuts are the only ones who look at the really bad porn. He doesn't look at any bad porn. In fact, he doesn't even look at porn. He doesn't even know what OnlyFans is. He knows only white people use OnlyFans. But he thinks Katie should make OnlyFans. But he won't look at it. But he thinks he should make it. She should make it. Because it's more liberating. It's more really liberating. But if she makes it, just tell him when, and he will... The only people who look at porn is definitely straight white men. Every other race doesn't. Porn's illegal in any other demographic. Like Indians aren't even allowed to look at porn; it's illegal. And black people, all of Africa, they ban porn. You can't look at anything in Africa. It's only white people who look at porn. They're the most disgusting degenerates ever. Fuck white people. Even Muslim people, they love their women. They respect them so much. They only cover them up because they know that white men will probably try and do something really disgusting to them. I saw a documentary on it where my Indian teacher showed me it. He showed me like how evil white. I didn't even know how like evil I was, but he showed me it and he said like I'm a wig nut. And then he hit me a couple times.
I agree, but I'm sorry to say, but do you know I'm going to be so. This is such a sick thing I found out years ago, right? Do you know how many girls actually want CNC? You know what that is, right?
I know what CNC is, yeah.
Of course she does. I actually don't know what that means. But like, can I not like say how I'm not surprised that Kate does know what it is? And can I just say that that was the fastest I actually did hear her ever like respond to something, which really does make me think. Like now I really am interested. This is the diary of a woman who just wants to be a whore. Like she doesn't want to have sex with one person. She wants to be like Bonnie Blue. She secretly wants to just sow her wild oats. She wants to sow her wild oats. Oh girl. No. Right in the tits. As Katie would say. Sorry, as Katie's boyfriend would say when he's jerking off to the porn of women with big tits. Oh yeah, take it. Yeah, I'm a misogynist. What are you gonna do? Fuck you, liberal women and Indians. No, I mean I don't give a fuck. It's still only a midicum. Is it a midicum? Midicum? A tiny piece of what I've gone through. You know, this is a man's world after all.
How many
Alright, do one
girls
more.
throughout my lifetime, women should I say, have asked me to CNC them? It's a crazy statistic, so it's not like it's a bizarre, wild
Okay,
thing.
can I give my assumption though?
No, because it's just going to be women babbles. It's going to be full of emotions and probably like shopping and makeup. Probably going to like talk about makeup or something. Probably going to talk about makeup.
To, I guess, the trend of people being into CNC.
What is it? What is CNC? Hang on, what is it? Close. I don't know what that is. I don't know what CNC is.
The act of consensual, non-consensual.
Oh,
self-
see, exactly. This is like what Indians and Muslims are like. I don't like it, and I don't know what that means. But well, I feel like I had a group of like fairly well-adjusted mostly white guys, and they all just seem to be. I don't know what they think. They didn't strike me as the type of people who were into stuff like that. I just think that comes from like not being in a loving home. Yeah, anyway, this is why I don't like this level, because I don't know how to really sort these fucking bombs out. And they're gonna be like the biggest. There's obviously a cannon, but I fucked it up last time, because once the cannon dies, that's it. Like, what do I do?
Has been, I think, bred from, and I guess, yeah, I would say it comes from porno. I'm not not saying. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist outside. I know it does. Like you said, I've met people that are into it. I know people that have been into it or have done it. And
Yeah, he's right. It is our word trauma.
It is hugely fueled by. I think most kinks that people these days are into is fueled by. You can't stop people doing things, right? But I personally don't think.
Katie does. Katie would love to be able. Katie would love to be able to stop actually a lot of people to do stuff. Katie would love to be able to do loads of things. If she could take loads of rights away from men, she could. If you made her like the queen and you said she can do whatever she wants, she'd be an absolute tyrant. She'd probably like castrate all white straight men, or they all start off in prison or some shit, and then like that bullshit. Just because she has a feeling, her Jamaican professor told her that like all white men are just secretly like love CSAM. I know what CSAM is, but that's from a different demographic. She'll be told that only Africans are the true people you should love, and Africans will look after Katie the most. And only white people buy porn. And only wig nuts buy porn. And then she'll call me a wig nut. You're a Homer Simpson. You're a Homer Simpson. You're a Homer Simpson. It's just so sad. And there's something about a game. I played. When you get a good game like this, where it just feels fun. Like this, and that's the thing. It's like when you shoot something with a shotgun, I'm gonna be a real bloke and just tell you what I want. You need the gun to feel really powerful. So this does, because you've got the haptic and joypad. So every time I fire it, you can't see it, but actually, like, I get a little bit of a vibration on the joypad and a noise. So the reload, and that just really adds to it, because that's perfect. Because if I was actually shooting a shotgun, that is exactly where, like, I would hear that, because the gun, the bullet, the gun would be right next to my ear, wouldn't it? So that, just for the sound, is just great, and the sound of the gun is brilliant as well. I can't hear it very well because I turn it down. But then it's not only that, but it's like when it hits the enemy, just the chunking is brilliant. They're not pussyfooting around. They're probably pussyfoot around in GTA 6. I'm aware of that. But in this, they don't. You shoot them, they chunk. They just actually explode. And that's the satisfaction, I think. When you play any game with a shotgun, secretly, you want the character to explode. You just want them to... Every bloke actually wants the game to be as gory as possible. But it's actually been... It's usually probably women who do. It's probably women and Muslims who don't want it to, because they don't want white men to enjoy the bloodlust, because they know secretly if the white men secretly do, they'll probably just genocide the whole of Africa and the Middle East, because we can just do it. We could. There's nothing really stopping us. Why can't we just get to all ourselves? What are they going to do? What kind of shitty jet fighters are they got? Pakistan's got nukes, but that's one country. We could get them. Most of them, I remember. That's what they're truly scared of, because they know we could do it. The whole of Europe just ganged up. Which is what we're going to do when we get back now. Oh, don't you worry. Oh my god! Brutal.
The woman being into it, maybe because of trauma, and she's all f***ed up in the head, right? And,
I can agree with you.
And I completely understand that. But my concern would be, you're a traumatized individual who wants to practice CNC. You meet a guy.
You know what? If you're traumatized, you're not even allowed a platform, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think Katie should be allowed a platform. She's openly admitted she's traumatized. I don't think she's really got over it. So I don't really think she should be on a platform, because I just think she's just going to spread her trauma and not really deal with it. And she's just using this as some kind of, like, as iDubbbz and Anissa say, like an emotional dumping ground, where she's just kind of... You see what I mean?
That guy is more than willing to do that for no other reason other than his like fueled fantasies. I take issue with that because it's weird. Like
it's not. It's her sexual fantasies. It's her sexual fantasies.
The CNC thing, I agree with you there that it's like you shouldn't really promote it and stuff like that because of where it mostly comes from. But if two consenting adults, like one was addict and one's got, okay, let them, if they really want to bang, why not?
So with that, because I have this debate a lot with people about two consenting adults. Do you believe that two consenting adults should be able to practice age play? So do you believe that?
Oh, look again. Never crossed my mind. But I know a religion that would really love age play.
Rod man.
It's weird, but yes. It's weird, but yes.
Okay.
It's weird, but yes.
But
like,
dresses his girlfriend up as a baby, has her act like a baby, pretends that she's not even 1 year old, and has for that. Do you think?
Again, is this real? Is this just her just making stuff up just to try and? Because that just sounds abhorrent. But then I don't know. Let me think. Well, this is what I don't get. Is again, she's sex positive, so surely that completely contradicts her point. Because if she's sex positive, then she's like already putting parameters on like what she's deeming as like what is sex then. So what's sex to Katie then? It's just her approved sexual positions and I don't know, toys you can use in the bedroom. But that's see what I mean. So this is what I'm talking about with women, where they don't really like know what they want, because she's like not gonna outline it. She's gonna put all these really vague terms where there's gonna be like an ethics conundrum to it, but she's never gonna actually really put anything. So she will decide from her feelings like what she thinks is acceptable. But with like a lot of women, if you ask them to just like give you that, and I've actually like had bosses before where I've been in like an actual work environment, and I'm like, I need to have like a framework because you're not really giving me any instructions here, and then they've got offended by that, and this is like kind of what Kay's doing now, like where the guy is trying to use the logic to try and like, well, hang on, so Kay's coming up with these like hypotheticals to try and, I guess, expose his ethics by using these hypotheticals. I mean, it's just gone to like the nth degree, but fine, whatever. But I guess the guy's got a point, isn't it? Is that it might be depraved, but if it is consenting adults, and as long as it doesn't go any further than that. But this is the biggest problem, is that it never does. And I think that's always the morality side of it, is that it's the people that it doesn't go that far, they do need to take it to the next level. Because otherwise, what's the harm? If you just know Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, but you don't know that they do that kind of shit, what's the issue? Maybe you do have a friend who's just into some really kinky shit. But if you just keep it above board and it's okay, who cares? So what I'm saying is just like Kay's just gaslighting what she thinks is acceptable for porn. So she'll probably have like a box of like dildos and shit, and she's like, well, that's okay. Even if they're like shaped like there's like fucking like bad dragon, evil dragon ones where they're like fucking alien tentacles. She's like, well, that's okay. These are all fine. But if you dress up, if you want it to be a baby, that's fucked. That's really fucked.
But that is something that okay, when I say, can two consenting adults do it? Of course they can, physically they can do it. But do you think that should be something that is just allowed because they're two consenting adults?
It's weird, but yes, they're allowed to do it, right? Maybe that person should probably have their hard drive check, I'm going to be honest, but it's weird, but yeah, if they're consenting adults, they can literally, I believe two consenting adults should be able to do whatever the fuck they want.
Because the thing is with the conversation about, in the debates about this, is that inherently there isn't really anything to do about it. So when I'm like, like, that's always going to happen. It doesn't matter how many people like me are like, that's weird, they're still going to do it. And I know that because I've been greeted by people online so many times that are like mad that like I'm kink shaming the fact that they do age play. And I know that's always going to happen, but I think when it comes to like why like I think these conversations are important, I think because as I've done social media, I've noticed that we've got to a point in society where if I go online and I say I don't think that you should practice play or age play, people think they have a God-given right to not have their kinks criticised, and I think that's where the issue lies. Like these kinks that people are into, whether it's because of or whatever it is, they think that it's like some form of protected trait that they have that you can't criticise. It's very, very strange. I've spoken loads of times on TikTok.
You're talking about something else completely now.
To be fair, that's probably the next stage of where we're going with this bullshit with like the leftist liberalism. It's like we're about to get like Islamophobia effectively written in to like potentially protect Muslims, which is just it's his own thing altogether. If you really like, what does that even make sense? But whatever. Probably will be the next thing you're gonna get. You're gonna have like fucking furries and shit are gonna be like, I don't like when people make fun of us for being fairies. Can you make that law? And they'll be like, oh yes, now the new laws come out that you're not allowed to kink shame. And it will happen. At this point, do you think I would be surprised that would happen? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. You idiot. I need time. I need to buy more 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 time. I'm not even kidding, right? You're not going to believe me, but I'm going to tell you the story. Gather around, children. Wherever you roam. Why do Indian people have to exist with us? Why do they love us so much? Why can't I just go home? So all Indian people do is copy. And that's what we've learned. It's like, they can't make anything new. Everything about Indian culture is just copying. They're too dumb. Oh, you little bastard. Come go around, people, wherever you go. Oh yeah. Uh-oh, Willies and Pooh. Spunk, go! Come on, Spunk. Yeah. I love nuts. I love nuts. I love nuts.
Oh yeah, that's just. I'm gonna
Okay,
be honest, that's just
okay,
weirdos.
okay.
If they can't, if they
Indians,
can't,
you mean
if they
Indians.
can't, yeah, if they can't,
Yeah,
they're gonna
okay.
do.
We'll
Like,
skip that point. But my main...
well, why is it damaging? Why is it damage to society though? I still don't
Okay,
understand.
so I
Why
have-
do you?
It's because Katie doesn't get an orgasm. It's because Katie doesn't get orgasm. So that's damaging society, in her opinion. Because other men look at other women. She doesn't. She misses out. Because there's men who don't want her. That means she's got a problem with it. That's basically, that is like basically the raison d'etre of women. If other women get attention, or any other things get attention from men they don't like it. And that's why other people are putting them into businesses.
I'll kind of try and stop taking ages to
Oh,
get to my
goodness.
points. I'm
How you could? There you go.
So my first one, I don't think people have really took much thought about it when it comes to criticizing, because most people when I
No.
they say, oh, men get addicted, but I think it's much more than that. I think body image is a huge thing. Now a lot of people will say, who cares? Like realistically, who cares? Some people don't like the way they look,
Yes,
but I think
yes.
in young people, things like
Lick my balls, 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 lick my balls. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know anyone who's on that.
Unfortunately, I agree and disagree, really. I agree with you that people shouldn't go to the doctors, take steroids, for this shit, but the need to, that need has always been there for
No.
people that, right?
Oh.
It's a good thing for society.
Is it?
You shouldn't just be cheating and going to the doctors, being lazy and doing all this, getting surgery, steroids. That's
Remember, Kay, don't say no. Never say no. White man bad. Fuck white man. Yeah, look, Kay goes to the gym, everyone. Watch out, she's a badass. Don't know why she had to say that. She needed to tell everyone she's a fucking badass, man. Kay ain't fat. She goes to the gym, dudes. She's one of the cool ones. She's like lifting weights, and her Indian teacher says like she's obviously one of the... Oh, wow! Her Indian teacher tells her that she's like the smartest and the most intelligent person there is.
Me going to the gym and wanting to change my physique to...
Why do you go to the gym? Why do you go to the gym then?
Well, I started off going to the gym because I was fat, and I wanted to lose
Yeah,
weight.
look, she was fat.
Yes, for health. Okay, but these two things aren't...
Yeah, these things don't matter, mate.
Open attraction.
Dude,
No, it's not the same thing
dude,
whatsoever. Me going to the
dude. These don't make any difference. Dude. You need to tone check, mate. You need to check your privilege, mate. You think Katie goes to the gym just because she's fat. No, of course not. She goes there because she's a strong. She's brat hot girl Summer, and she wants to like, you know, she needs to like look good for Summer so she can impress all of like the. She's not doing it for anything. She's just there because she's a strong, independent woman, and she wanted to show everyone how strong she was. So she wanted to like show up all of the guys at the gym by being able to lift as much as them, because that's what men like, right?
Because I was fat, and then getting into weightlifting, and now enjoying, you know, lifting heavier and heavier.
There you go. Look, she's even got it down to a cent, down to. She enjoys lifting heavier and heavier. Like, so that's exactly what you want at the gym. Like, what do? You say, I'm just going to lift heavier weights, and then I know I'm better because I can lift heavier weights. And when you can lift up the heaviest weight, then you know you're the best at the gym. Can you lift up that really heavy weight? Oh yeah, because I've done gym a lot.
As well as being healthy and getting out of the house every day, good for your mental health.
Yeah, I bet it's really healthy for Kate. Like, I can't talk. I mean, but I work a job. That's different. I got kids. What's cataclysm doing? Sat in her like dank little room, talking to. I mean, what am I doing to be fair? But I'm not famous. I don't want to be famous. Famous people can kiss my huge nuts. If anyone's famous watching this, this is what I think of you.
It's not the same as people going to surgically alter something about themselves that has been pushed through the industry. Like they're not the same thing.
Yeah, it's cheating.
It's not cheating.
If it's true.
Cheating. Okay. Can I say something?
Look how angry she's getting, because he's white. It's triggering her like liberal woman passion. Like her Indian teachers like told her again. All wig nuts are evil. It's like triggered her primal rage.
You saying maybe I shouldn't do.
She's getting flashbacks to like induction day, and a white guy like asked her if he could get her a drink, and it triggered her. She's angry because then the black guy came and said like, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Yeah, this white guy didn't call me by my pronouns, he's them, and it's ruined me." And then the black guy was like, "Yeah, don't worry, I'll take you back." And then something happened, and then Cataclysm then remembered she was traumatized in a sexual incident, but she can't remember like the guy who did it. But you like watching porn?
You know, your specific words, but you're saying that it's cheating, right, by going, for example, to get cosmetic surgery, is implying that that's a fast track to the end result. But that's my issue. There shouldn't be this idea of like, oh, you can cheat by getting a boob job and by getting like a.
I told you, it is. Well, women love to play like the therapy shit. I was born with it. I don't like it. But I can just read people very well. I don't like it, but unfortunately, emotions are my thing. That's why I don't really care about money, because it doesn't really appeal to me. I'd rather wind people off. That's much funnier to me. The problem is, it's just I think people know that when I talk to them, I am going to wind them out. Because fuck anything else, right? But anyway, and this is probably why I usually expose really, you know, when you get people and they're like, "Oh, I don't like it." People don't like it when they talk to me, because I do expose dark shit, and that's why I get blocked. Because let's be honest, if you did just meet someone who did claim that they could read you, and then they're gonna just like tell you shit you were uncomfortable with about yourself, you'd probably block them. Ignorance is bliss, isn't it? So what's the point? So black guy just used a SpongeBob meme on me. I said you'd hate to hear my theory on who uses the SpongeBob memes, but we know who it is, it's black people. Or Indians. Should we have a look? Uruguay. He's from Uruguay. So he's not necessarily black, but he's brown. And this is the truth, right? You want to know about black narcissism? Have you ever heard a black person apologize before? No, you don't. Fuck you, Casey. Have you ever heard a black guy apologize? No. A black guy once stopped me for because he thought he stole something, and he's chased me outside the shop, and I had my headphones on, so I didn't hear him, and he like made a bit of a scene. I got really angry at him because I was just pissed because I thought, how dare you accuse me, a white guy? And I did get like the white rage. I actually demanded he apologise to me. He was like some security guy. I was like, can you say sorry to me, please? And it took him a while to do it, and I just kept saying, can you just say sorry to me, please? And he said it, but you could tell again, it's like there is definitely like a black narcissism. They really do not, and I just think I don't know if I've ever really heard a black guy apologise. It probably does happen. But in general, I just feel like they don't. They don't have that like computation to be able to do it. So if anyone in the chat can tell me of a situation where they like, I don't know, a black guy has done something, I'm here. I'm here. But anyway, my theory about SpongeBob is I just think. So, do you know why it resonates so well with like adult second and third worlders, so black and Indian people and Muslims? It's because it's a TV show designed for like 100 IQ kids. So because it's for 100 IQ kids, for white 100 IQ kids, the contents of it's probably like more like for 90. 85, just because they're young. So the paradox is SpongeBob for me wasn't like big until I was like in year 7. So I was like 13 or 12. And I actually did kind of like the first season. But I quickly grew out of it. But there's just a demographic of people who they keep using it, and it's like it's not even like nostalgia. It's just because for example, like for me, I don't even use Simpsons like GIFs. I don't even use Simpsons GIFs like much. And Simpsons is like again still I consider like a higher IQ'd show than the SpongeBob because it's designed for at least adults. But this is what I'm talking to you about. This is just showing you the kind of stupidification that the world's going through. Shows that the Simpsons just can't really exist. I mean, the Simpsons does exist, but it's not going to be the same. They're going to have to make it for retards. They're going to have to make it for like people who don't really understand the English language very well. And that's why there's just like there's like a massive category of like adult and pert man who just uses fucking SpongeBob for everything. Oh, okay. He guessed it. He said, "Let me guess, you're retarded." Dude, you said it. I'm gonna say it. You said it. I'll just ignore him. There's just no point. Uruguay. He is a retard. The worst thing you can do to anyone like that is that just feed them. Just don't. That's the bit that actually it takes long to do. Just give them a jab, and that's it. Leave it. It's not even if you've got a good, clever jab going back. Don't. It's just not worth it because they're not going to concede. They're never going to believe you. But he is right because I think deep down he knows he is right. Yeah, like the geniuses of the world are not using SpongeBob memes because it's a kids show. And that's it. He was trying to say that like, God forbid someone uses like a kids show, and it's like, yeah, I will judge that actually. Like, yeah, go. You can say God forbid that, but this is like this level of like weakness that we just let sink in, just letting like fuckheads like him use SpongeBob memes to. No, if I want to call him a retard for that, he is. It's like a plethora of other shit you can do. Sick of seeing like Indians using fucking SpongeBob memes because they're autistic and they can't find Indian people they relate to. So they've got to like fucking latch onto any white IP they can. And then because they're fish, they don't have like a defined race. So we can just anyone can like be any of these fucking background characters. It's not even like they ever used the memes of SpongeBob. It's always like the reporter character I don't even know, or some like random background fish. And it's like there's got to be like a better type of show that does this better than SpongeBob. But for some reason, no, it has to be SpongeBob. It's the only show that, and it's like Indians and black people have ruined it. Anytime like I see any show where there's people excessively use it, it's like they're actually watching it as like an adult. They're like watching it when they're in their 20s and they're still like really enjoying it. It's in the same way that I watch classic Simpsons as like a 30-year-old. It's the same as these people watching SpongeBob for kids. Is the same for that. That although have like the stereotypical like Negro kind of gifs, where it's like I Show Speed kind of like doing a stupid face, or LeBron James, or some like black guy who starts like laughing or something. It's like these are the classic kind of memes these guys use. Right, let's do Krauser one more time then. I don't want to do Castle. But you see what I mean? He knew I was going to use a retard. So why did he do it then? See what I'm saying? It's like, that's why even him admitting it, it's not good enough. Because it's like, he knows. You just can't put a SpongeBob meme and just expect like the top, I don't know, just the smartest people to kind of just like think, oh yeah, that's good. I bet Stephen Hawking would slam down a SpongeBob meme that would like really make you think. It's a show for fucking children. I don't care if you want to pretend it's like, it's not, because I know you're from Uruguay, so it's not childhood whimsy to you. It's like you probably use SpongeBob to like learn how to speak English. And you're angry because like it's like a big place in your heart, but it's not. It's just it's like fuckhead retards used to like learn emotions and shit. Like I've got a 5-year-old son. If he watches SpongeBob, I've got no problem with that. But if he's still watching it when he's like 12, and you're gonna say, "Oh, you're a controlling dad." No, I'm gonna make my kids good because I'm gonna teach them to like not become like these little weak soy men. Which it's just the whole society wants my kids to become. I told you in my last stream, fuck SpongeBob. SpongeBob can kiss my giant dick and balls. If you want to post a random background gif of one of the fish in the background because you relate to that guy, even though he's not an established character, but you you've like worked out that this background character is clearly like you, and that's what I'm saying. It's just this strange like upset, and it's a kids show. And I just can't get over that. People keep saying like, and then they'll gaslight you, but it's not a kids show. Actually, it's for teenagers. It's like no. If you think it's for teenagers, again, it's you're showing how fucked you in there. That gun is really good, isn't it? It's like a fucking magnum. Oh no, don't know if it's like A's video.
By getting like a labiaplasty. Because
Oh my god, who's getting labiaplasties? I don't know anyone who's got a
That they're
labiaplasty.
getting done is to achieve like the perfect end result, and that's what I'm arguing against. Girls should not be going to the doctors to be saying like, oh, I don't like my labia because
I bet Kay's done
girls
that.
don't have any labia, or because men and boys, which is something I've witnessed throughout my entire
Yeah,
life,
of course she has.
making comments about girls, like the appearance
Yeah.
of girls, and saying that they've had loads and they look brand.
Yeah, and I bet like women never do that, right? I bet women never judge men on anything really shallow, like how high, tall they are, or like how much money they make, or anything like what they look like. I bet women never do that. It's probably only white men that do that. Fuck white men. You know what? If you're a white man, you can kiss my balls. How dare you? Fuck you, white men. The only people I like are black and Indian guys, and people from Uruguay love SpongeBob. They're the smartest people in this. Not me, I'm an idiot. I love black people. My name's Katie and I love Indians. I probably should think about what Nah, fuck it. If anything, people like me are the ones who get rewarded in life. This is brilliant. This is generally brilliant.
When they have absolutely no correlation. Education, you're laughing, but it's true.
Look how angry Kay's getting. Look how she's livid. How dare the white man laugh at her. Bro! I'm one of you. Bruh. I'm with the boys now. Because look, now Kay's saying brah, she's with the boys, so I'm allowed to call her like little tits. Could we call her little titty Kay? That's got a rhyme. Little titty Kay. Yeah, that could be fun. Little titty Kay. The women need to learn. If you want to play in the man's world, this is what's going to happen to you. We're not going to give you like easy time. Well, you want to earn the same money as us, but you want it to be easy time, do you? You want easy time, do you? Well, I didn't get easy time. Where was my easy time? Oh.
If you think there's tiny truth to it, it's because
Oh,
it doesn't
great.
affect you, right? That's the truth of the matter. Like, as a guy who sits there and says, like, oh, it's always been around, of course you're going to think that. But there's no denying the rise in children. Like, think children going to the doctors and saying, there's something wrong with my... when there isn't. That's concerning. And if that doesn't, like, concern adults, then, like, I genuinely don't think that there will ever be any hope for, children growing up in a society where...
I agree with you, but I think that's duty. That's like
Yes,
shit
of
parenting.
course it's due to...
Yeah, of course it is. Kay's an expert at porn. She's a pornologist. She knows everything. Like, she's the genius. Her black professor told her, like, wignuts are, like, stupid, and they're the only people who look at porn. He never has seen porn. He doesn't even know what porn is. He thinks Kay should make porn, but Also, white people are evil, and they do all the most R-wording, and they make the most incest porn, and the most bestiality, and the most CSAM materials. Not India. You might hear it's India. It's definitely not India. It's 100% white people. I hate white people. Fuck white people. My name's Katie, and if you're white, you can go kiss my giant balls. Am I gonna get banned? It would be great, wouldn't it, if I only get like 4 viewers and one of them still dub me in. This is disgusting. I can't hear this misogyny.
Where else are people seeing labiaplasties other than in...
I've never seen a labiaplasty. I don't know what she's talking about. She's lost the plot. She's just talking about this weird shit that her Indian professor watches. I don't know anyone who... I really don't. I just think she's just like, this is how women are getting exposed to the immigration issue. They're being lied to that all men are the same, and it's just all this generosity is happening. She's like, well, all the white men are fucked. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not. If we asked to look at it by race, you'll call us racist.
Where are young girls seeing...
Well, dudes, if you're talking about the dudes saying it to girls, dudes have always been seeing it, alright? Hands down, like,
Yes,
like, you know, like, the old school Playboy models seeing blah, blah, blah.
Because of...
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so if you're saying...
Are you questioning the great Katie and her pornology? Professor Katie of pornology, she knows everything. She knows, like, the first ever porn. She knows who the first time a man was actually paid equal amounts to a woman in porn. It was 2032, just so you know, it's in the future. Katie knows the man with the longest schlong in porn. She knows all of the top porn and like stuff that the top porn professors would know. So if you've got the gall to like talk like down to her, I don't want to hear it. There's not many people I'm gonna call over for talking porn than Katie Clisson.
That's like, it's not just the industry. You're saying people getting like plastic surgery and stuff. That's mostly not because of, right? It's because of the industry, social media, whatever.
I gave you you asked me why...
Look how angry she's getting. Look how livid she is because he's white. She's got like the liberal girl rage. Her Indian she can imagine an Indian teacher like saying, Katie, do not take this. Wignot wants to put you in a cage. Even though that's what he wants to do. But because he's a professor, she won't believe that. Even though he got his professorship from a degree mill, she thinks just because the post-nominals that he's right. Well, no one could be a professor without lying. And why would Professor Wignot tell me anything wrong? He would never do that. He's a man of his word. Katie, never ever just concede to a white man. White men are all evil. All they'll do is put you in a rape cage. I saw it myself. Just bring in lots of Africans. We can protect you. White men, all they want to do is put you in the pooper. That's not me saying that, by the way. That's what he said.
Related.
Oh God. Oh God.
Okay, yeah, and I agree that you shouldn't have that. I force up to say that no surgeries and stuff like that is bad.
But you can't just say though. You can't just say, oh, I agree that it's bad, and there it is, because that's my point of what I'm arguing. I also think when it comes to, I don't think it's just something that affects women's body image. I think it affects men's body image as well. I think men have this skewed idea of how big they're meant to be, how long they're meant to last, and also the acts that they're acting out.
No one's thinking that.
Like, the amount of interactions I had.
I think she's just like, this is what women do. They have like one bad, they themselves go through some insane trauma and they just think the whole world revolves around it. They've got this like tiny little myopic brain where they can only see things from their own perspective. And if you try to ask them to like see the world from a man's world, they can't. They just cannot fathom it. They cannot understand why men are like the way they are. They think that all men just go on Tinder and they get the same treatment as the women. They get like they get like 50 million like women just like gagging to suck their dong. And it's not the truth. It's not the truth. And even the most fucking chopped woman in the world will get like tons of dong. Whereas like the best looking dude will probably only get like a couple dong. Couple dong. I've had the pleasure of witnessing Pearl Davis's like just crash on X. Going from like a pick me kind of trad girl, I suppose, and then she's turned into I guess a dating coach, and the red pills all just dried up, and now she's just some kind of like I don't know black colonizer. Like her OnlyFans just seem to, I know that sounds right, but her like literal OnlyFans are like black men. Like usually most of them are divorced. And it's funny because there's a woman called Brittany Venti. I think she's half black, which is a shame. But anyway, she did a really funny video going for over it. And I don't know. Just go on X. Anytime there's anything degenerate, I always just put, oh, probably black or Indian. It just gets so much hate. I love it. I think there is probably like a higher cause, not a higher cause. I just think the smart you become, just the more fucked you become. But I don't know why you want to hurt anyone. I don't know. Who knows, man? Anyway, let's keep listening. Thing is, we need to bring racism back. It's imperative. It's just designed. It's just stupid. What's happening now is stupid. We were wrong. We were told by an Indian professor to not listen to our racist uncle, but he was right. Our racist uncle was the smartest of us all. It's not cataclysm. She's stupid.
Had with men where I was like, you have clearly learned that thing from, and it isn't
Like Katie would probably tell you that she's the smartest woman in the world, and anyone that she talks to is like more stupid than her. This is the kind of narcissism we get with these kind of women. She'll like always use some kind of like testable like method of intelligence that she'll have that will always just be like it'll be like emotional intelligence, even though it's not, because you'll see like she'll just freak out and just like lose her shit. You want me to like read into insecurities even more? I don't even want to respond to people on my ex. I'm aware of what I'm saying. I'm trying to go. So when I asked them, you don't want to hear my theory about what people who use SpongeBob memes say. You got to think about what kind of question am I saying to that. When you ask a question like that, it's open-ended. Well, it's not. It's a kind of rhetorical question, actually. Because you could just leave it. Like, most smart people could just leave it. You just say, oh, you just don't want to know. But he didn't. And I knew. This is the trap. This is like the Yugi, you fell from a trap card. Insecure people won't. They'll feel that narrative to try and, like, show you're smart. They're smart enough to be aware of it. But then actually what it does is it allows you to then have a trump card where you can say, well, look, I didn't, you said that, not me. Which is kind of true, because it's like I haven't in a court of law is what you got to see it as. A lawyer would just look at that and they would say, well, you did actually infer that, he didn't actually say that. And that's like how you kind of do things smart. It's like you don't openly say things, you kind of ask questions to infer things around that. It's like if you wanted to talk about that incident that happened with at that Bondi Beach, if you don't want to mention the political parties, you just kind of throw questions out, and you'd say like, I wonder what kind of religion would want to do that to those Jewish people. See, you're not actually inferring it, but it's like a bit of a dog whistle, because obviously people will know that. Yeah. Or it's like you get these people on X who are like, there'll be a video where there'll be some like immigrant who's coming out of like the dole office and he's got like a check for like £5,000 for like his monthly dole, and it'll be like, what advice would you want to give to him? Because it's like he knows that it's going to just be for loads of people who are really pissed off. But if he puts that, he's not in trouble. Like, his comments might say whatever, but he's not responsible technically really for that, as long as he hasn't like goaded them.
Pleasing to anybody. It's not nice, it's not enjoyable, and they have this like expectancy of women to be performing as they do it, or they act as they see men acting, which is often is like physically dangerous for women. That's why they.
Do you understand like how funny we are? Is that women's lives are so amazing. The only thing that they got to worry about in life is just not picking a man who's gonna like rape them in the bedroom, and they still can't do that. That's all Katie's got to worry about. It's just in her life, everything is like given to her. She doesn't got to worry about getting food. She doesn't really got to worry about like getting electricity. She doesn't got to worry about like sanitation and like irrigation and the toilets and stuff and plumbing. She doesn't got to worry about like overall security, because we've got an army and people to protect the country. Well, it's debatable, but you see what I'm saying. And if she gets sick, she can go to a doctor and whatever. And then she's also got like her own money, so she can just kind of like do things. The only thing she just doesn't have to do is just pick a boyfriend who's gonna like do something degenerate to her in in the bedroom. But women can't even do that because again, they get inflated. They go to uni. You get some basketball player or some black rapper who's just like on the prowl, and he'll go on Tinder and he'll probably just put the age range will just be 18 only, and he'll just like go through and he's just gonna swipe to all like the new girls who are just in college. And he'll probably rail about 50 of them in a night. And every single one of those women that he rails turns into Katie. And this is what we're learning. And Katie won't agree with it, but I know. She's a again. This is her using her like 22-year-old experience. She's only 22. I'm a decade older than her. I've gone through many more life experiences. Like when I was her age, I was in the Merchant Navy and I was sweeping the deck on a ship in the middle of the Suez Canal in summer. It was like 42 degrees, and I was like having to sweep the whole fucking circumference of a 300-meter long container ship, and that was like. But she's just like talking about porn to some guy, some rando. So how good is her life?
They've said that choking is now illegal because it was leaving people.
The only thing she doesn't have to do is get like choked in a bedroom, which she probably wants. She can't do it. It's impossible for her to pick a boyfriend who's not going to choke her out.
You're laughing, but it's true, and it just shows that you are just not willing to actually listen.
No. I'm listening. I'm not laughing.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're just not willing. Look, I'm going to tone police now, and this is why actually women aren't really the debaters when you look at philosophy. It's not actually because the Greeks were sexist, Katie. It's just because they like worked out like brat girl summer. Like you can't like have a debate with women because they like, use their emotions and stuff, and they start getting like bad faith and stuff. So they just said, "All right, women, you go look after the kids because." You clearly we can't have a good faith debate where you're going to concede and say, oh, I agree with you, because you've been taught by your Indian professor that you should never, ever, ever concede to anyone who's white, ever. That black guy you saw, that's okay because he's black. But if I was white and I said the same thing as that black guy said, she would have had a problem with that.
At you, I promise you, I'm laughing at what you're saying.
But it's not funny, though. It's not funny. This is our kid.
It's not funny. It's not funny. Tone police. It's not funny. Our kids might be watching this.
The children in our society that are.
Remember, she hasn't got any children. She hasn't got any children, so I don't really like her talking about children, if I'm going to be frank. I don't really like when people who don't have kids to talk about it, because they don't know, because they don't have kids. I have kids. I feel like I'm allowed to say that. She hasn't got kids, so I don't think she is allowed to talk about that, because she doesn't know anything about it, because she hasn't risked her body for 9 months to cultivate a child and had to go through that. And like, I know I had an ex, but I did have to like work to keep her protected and work and make sure she was looked after and stuff while she was like in the last stages of labor. And all of that, you're still worried that there could even be like a miscarriage or anything that could happen during that period. She hasn't risked that. She has no idea about that. And then just giving birth as well, there's all the complications with that. Like you're going to have to get like a epidural, or you're going to have to go under cesarean. She hasn't had to do any of that. So she's not allowed to talk about the children because I don't even think she will have children. She's probably not. She's probably too traumatized. She's going to just end up being one of these like little victimized women who will be too scared to have children because she'll be too scared that the husband the guy she has kids with will probably want to do. She'll be like told by an Indian professor that any white man she marries will probably just want to R-word any children that they have, and then she just won't want to have kids now. And that's probably the truth. I'm just telling you as it is, because I am probably right. And instead of asking me to prove me right, you prove me wrong. I know that you can't do that, but you can sometimes have to prove people wrong. You do have to sometimes prove a negative.
Are subjected to seeing these things.
Calling all little heroes. Unleash your
subjected to.
Like, for example, if I was at I don't know, or I guess you could argue that, but it's like, if a policeman came to your house, so can you prove to me you weren't at this scene at this point? Then you are like, having to kind of prove a negative, aren't you? You're going to have to prove you weren't at something, so you would then need an alibi for that, wouldn't you? So it's always stupid when people just say, "Oh, you, why would I have to prove a negative?" Well, you do. You got to sometimes prove like something that hasn't necessarily, or you don't. If someone's lying or someone's not telling the truth, sometimes you do just have to do it.
Seeing these things. Like, this is getting ridiculous. This is so straight from the point. Okay, this is we haven't actually got anywhere.
Well, you're right. Okay, so what the bottom line is, has all these things have come from older generations. So where else does it come from?
I'm not disagreeing. Look, my point was that has progressed into something that is harmful inherently to.
And I said this in the last episode. The irony is, if KE didn't vote and it was just men, it would be banned. We wouldn't have let porn happen. We wouldn't let Jewish people let white women turn into porn, make porn stars. We just wouldn't have let it happen. Like, white men would have looked at that and said, "We don't want that to happen. We don't want our white women to be used as tools to sell porn to Indians and black people in Africa and India. We don't want that." But we didn't. We've let women vote, and they openly really liked it. They loved the idea of being able to just do it. So it is all women's fault, because women could just all turn around and just say they don't want to do it. If it was such a bad idea, all women could have just marched out in the street, and they could have done some kind of like sexist march about how it was disgusting, it was ruined, but they didn't. And no one has. They still to this day haven't done it. There's been no, to the best of my knowledge, like huge female-only rallies where you've got like loads of women wearing like the hippie T-shirts, and they're saying like, "Oh, OnlyFans it's a misogynistic tool used to get women to." No, they haven't. If anything, it's like the other way. They're angry at the men. They're like, "All the men are pigs for doing it." And this is what I mean. You can't argue with little pea-brain Katie because she doesn't understand it.
It's harmful to men. I'm particularly concerned with the effect that it's having on women who aren't even part of women who are in relationships with men who have a skewed idea of consent.
What about our nephew?
I think, Katie, we should let Sharia law in, and that'll sort everything out, because I think that's ultimately what everyone wants. I think she does want to be covered up. Porn will be banned in Sharia law, then she'll love it, because then all of the Ahmed will really want to fuck her, and it doesn't matter if she's got tiny boobs, because they'll still really want to fuck her, and they won't be porn, so they will want to really fuck her. So I think that's it. I think secretly women just want Sharia law.
It's like 10, 11. They're so scared, even older, like a couple of years older, they're so scared to talk to, let alone touch girls. Like, maybe in a relationship, maybe you're talking about, but on a stranger basis.
Okay, so you're taking personal, like, you're taking people that you know and you're acting like that.
No, random, like...
Sorry, was that not what she was doing? When she was talking about the specific trauma when she watched it, this seems to be... I remember seeing the first porn video, and I don't think I was traumatized. I think it was just like, I was aware I wasn't supposed to look at it, but I wasn't traumatized. It's not like something where, like, my whole sexual experience has been based on that. I think I remember the scene. It was like... It was on, like, Channel 4. We used to have terrestrial TV. It used to be 4 channels. And for whatever reason, they used to show, like, softcore dubbed porn on Channel 4 at, like, the really early hours. Because this was before... there was a period where the TV used to just switch off. And this is going to sound really antiquated, but there used to be a period where, like, the BBC, for example, would switch off, and there was, like, this place card that they'd play, and it would just be really fucking creepy. It was, like, this place card of this, like, woman, like, girl on a chalkboard, and she was, like, drawing, like, some kind of, like, noughts and crosses on there. It's a freaky clown toy. It was just like this place card that they played, and it just kept going. And there'd be like some times where like I was like a kid and I'd just fall asleep, and there'd be like some movie that was probably playing on there, and I just like kind of like drift out of my consciousness, and I just like look, I can see the TV's on, and it's like the lights are off, and I can just hear. Well, it freaked me the fuck out. It's this fucking clown toy, and just this stupid blonde woman girl like on. But anyway. I used to wake up like really early, and my parents used to have to like come and get me. At one time, because I went downstairs and I'll go on the computer at like 2 in the morning, and then I went down there and like I think I turned the TV on, and they were showing like this like porn video, and it was like 2 women and like 1 guy. I think one of the women was black as well. She had like an afro. And they were just kind of like in a white room with a bed, and then they were just like naked. I think it was just like heavy petting. I don't know if they actually did it. But anyway, I think I then turned off the TV. Because then my parents came in, but I wasn't watching. Luckily, I turned the TV off because they were just annoyed because I was like up at like 2 in the morning. Like, what are you doing on the computer? I was like, go back to bed. But yeah, I think that was like the first time I remember just sort of being like, okay, that's probably should have seen that. But I wasn't traumatized by it. It was just sort of like, okay, so now I know like what the woman's body kind of looks like, and like, just what I'm saying. I wasn't like, now I'm only gonna go look at weird freeway porn where there's a black woman with an afro, whereas Kate just feels like that's it. She's like looked at some video for the first time of a woman being gangbanged and getting pissed in the ass. And now that's probably like the only way she can get off now. It's like when a duckling hatches, the first thing it sees, it thinks it's its mum. Women are like that with porn. The first interaction with porn they get, whether it be like the man that they do or watch porn, that is like what they get stuck on. And I think that's probably it. They're gonna. No, I'm too early for my time now, but maybe in like 2100, they'll like. There's going to be like people. If you're the Asian guy watching this, if Asian people still even exist, then if you're the white guy who's watching this now, like, I don't know, I'm sure like people in the year 2150, they're going to have. Everyone's going to go, ha 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 ha. No.
That's not true. That's not true whatsoever. When I was in secondary school, so when I was 13, 14, the amount of times that I was groped by other kids was ungodly.
The amount of times she was groped by other kids. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is again, what does that actually mean? Probably just means like she was in like and it happened with me. You just like when you go from class to class in high school, you just like have like you call it bundle. And like blokes, you're just like doing that, and maybe she got copped a feel a bit. I don't know, but this is the problem. It's just that these women. I think if you just spoke to all women, if you turned it into, oh, I can't believe there was a straight man who grabbed me. That is disgusting. Oh, now I'm going to be a traumatized victim for the rest of my life. And that's like what she does, and this is why like men don't want to like interact or do anything because. Yeah.
And my school wasn't like a really rough school. Like it was a semi-decent school, and like
I disagree with it. I disagree with it.
I disagree as well. I don't think the school Kate went to was very good. I don't think anything in Kate's life has been very good.
Completely, but are you talking like stupid haha group, or like I'm actually trying to argue joke?
Okay, well, first of all, there's no such thing as a stupid haha group. What?
Yeah, there's no such thing as a stupid haha group. Which isn't true, because I would argue like, okay, well, let's say like I was in a relationship with my girlfriend, just like you have a good squeeze of her ass or a tit or something like that. That's groping, and I would say that's kind of like haha groping, because like sometimes I would just grab her ass and go ha ha or something like that. Like that's haha groping. So she's wrong. But she's probably going to tell me how I'm a covert narcissist, and her Indian teacher probably told her that like I'm racist.
Comes
It
with
was
silly haha group.
No, but kids, because I disagree that it happens. It shouldn't happen, but kids do it, right? Like,
No, kids don't just do it. Kids do not.
Kids just don't do it, man. Indian kids don't do it. Muslim kids, they just don't do it. No one does it, man. Black kids don't do it. No one. No one does it. And if you watch any video where you see any kid doing that, that's wrong. And I've seen it. I've seen like a black kid, and I've seen her. I would consider it groping, but I'm not allowed to talk about it because it's probably racist, and I'd probably like racist to watch that video. And whoever made the video is racist, and I'm racist, and you're racist. This tree's racist. Everyone's racist. Everyone's racist.
Not just grope people. That's not true, and that's like.
It's not true.
I disagree with it.
That's just not true.
They do, though. They do.
They
I
do.
disagree with it, and it shouldn't happen, right? It shouldn't.
Yeah. Look at her. Look, she's got like a angry, like internalized depression face on. She knows, like, she's thinking back to like the slave days, and she's like seeing that guy like, what? Like just whipping like the black slave traders and the case, like the damsel, like in the house, the plantation house, being like, please stop all this, stop whipping the slaves. And then she's the one who like sleeps with the slaves and has like the Negro baby.
It really does happen.
Yeah, it does, and it's an issue.
I
But
agree.
so you
It's
can't separate like a silly haha grope and a real. It's the same thing.
Oh, well, now she accepts it as a silly haha group. So which is it?
Same thing.
Okay, sorry, maybe bad words. My question, I guess.
See exactly what I mean. She's like, it's just not fair because she's just arguing with someone who's not like on. And this is what happens with me. I go on X and I openly like throw the gauntlet down. And I say, if any of these fucktard like celebrities want to have a debate with me, I'll do it. But no one ever wants to do it for some reason. No one ever wants to do it. Why not? I'm an idiot. Come on, I'm white as well. I'm a straight white idiot. Like, why don't you want to debate me? You're easily creamy. Just people don't want an easy win. It's sick. Probably 'cause I'm not Indian.
These people trying to actually like.
It's probably 'cause I'm not Indian. It's probably 'cause I'm not Indian. You know what's really fucked? It's like there's a group, I guess, of guys again who like he's like an American guy. He's like he plays music. He's really good, but he hasn't like it's because he's straight and white. He's obviously not going to be in the algorithm. But anyway, the whole point is that there's like a kind of like group. A woman in a who I guess is like the groupie. She like probably wants to fuck the guy that I follow. And it's just like there's a Discord group, but I just don't want to join it because I'm just gonna be. I just don't like when you get like women like that who she's just like the mother hen, and it's like I can see because there's like one of these groups where there's like 15 channels, and she's just kind of like on each one of them. And I just find like what end up happening is I'll just say something about women, and no all the betas in the chat aren't gonna say anything. But like someone like me comes in, I'll say something and I'll get banned. I don't want to do it. I mean, one of the guys is called Yoshi, who's probably a Japanese dude, and he's not gonna like do anything. Is he? He's not gonna say anything radical. Little low T man. Who's watching Kai shit now?
Okay, sorry, maybe bad words. My question, I guess, was these people trying to actually like SA you and are you, or was it just like are they being stupid? Should I say? Are they being stupid, like trying to impress?
No. He's asking like, what race were these people? That's the right question. That's what her dad would have asked. And then she'd be like, Dad, that's such an old-fashioned thing to say. Everyone's the same now. What race were they? Well, they were black, but that doesn't mean anything. Dad. And that's why, like, people don't want dads to be involved.
Their friends or something like that. I don't know.
Well,
what was it?
actually, the two times I can think of weren't like a funny, haha, I'm trying to impress you thing. Like, it wasn't like a I'm showing off in front of my friends thing. It was like you could genuinely tell that the person didn't really understand like what they were doing. In fact, I had that happen, and one of the guys years later, I'm talking like 10 years later, DM'd me and was like, oh, like, I can't stop thinking about this thing that happened and I'm really, really sorry, and he apologized. And like, I wasn't even mad, you know, it's a child, but children should not be.
See, look, she loves it. She loved it. She loved the attention. And you know what's even funny is that this guy, society has basically like punished him so much that he lives with this guilt that he did something that is just something he wanted to do as a human being, but society's taught him not to. So he has to, I don't know, relinquish all of his power to the cave because he was a 14-year-old horny teenager and touched her ass. But so she's gonna like base every man now on that 14-year-old because women are broken.
Touching other children, it doesn't matter like what the reason is.
No, I agree. No. Unconsented, 100%. I agree with you, 100%. Anything unconsented, I agree with you. Unequivocally should not happen. Disagree with it, right? 100%. But if it's two consenting people, like
I don't think kids can consent. That's why there's an age of consent. Like, it's because
okay, but what do you say? Okay, wait. But what about two 15-year-olds then? Because that is below the age of consent. Could two 15-year-olds have?
Well, if they might do it, yeah. We can't stop them doing it. Do I think they should be doing it? No. Do I think they should be? No. Like,
what's the difference between?
Remember, Kay will like love Islam. She'll love Gaza. And she'll see videos of like the alpha male of the Hamas group, Ahmed, who'll be like in his 50s, and he has the seed, so he'll like fuck all of like the young women. Sorry, and I'm not even shouldn't use that word. The young girls who'll be like 12. And he's in his 50s, but he'll do it because he'll say he needs to like repopulate Gaza, which is why Gaza's like birth rate's so high. And she'll say that's okay. She'll be like, that's fine. because they're Muslim, and that's different. Because even though like their religion's not even as old as Christianity, she'll just have some like bullshit. It's like the benefits of what's it called? It's like the I can't remember it. It basically it means like because you're aware of how stupid they are, you basically allow them loads of like excuses. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically like if you're white, they just assume you've got like immense IQs. Anything you've done, doesn't matter how small it is, you get the maximum penalty because you should have known better. But if you're a retarded black guy, you get like the most amount of like leeway because you don't know any better. And that's essentially it. So Katie would be angry because two 15-year-old like white people who have sex, that's really disgusting. But 50-year-old Muslim man and a 10-year-old like 12-year-old like Muslim woman, that's okay because they know they need to repopulate the planet.
15 and 16.
Well,
Even if there's 2 billion of
The
them.
law, okay, the law, yes. What else? What else changes?
the law is there
apart from the law?
because of stuff like
Okay.
the development of the brain and
Yeah,
their.
remember, like Katie loves the law when it applies to her. When it's like the Africans coming over on the law dinghy, that's different. That's loads of different laws. When the white people get put in prison for like saying something on X, she's okay with that. That's fine. When David Lammy wants to like remove the jury so that they can just quickly like get rid of people who oppose Islam, that's fine. That's really cool. But when 250-year-old white people want to have sex, that's really fucked. And Katie doesn't like it because they're getting this enough. The attention is not on her.
Ability to.
The law was there to try and assess.
Remember, she always wants the attention.
So take a 17-year-old girl that's about to turn 18 the day after, and like a 30-year-old man. Is it?
This is like the liberal woman's favorite. This is the women. They like to like cusp this between. And you always notice the language. Women or you always use like when they say like the woman's like from 18 to about 25. They always say like she's like barely an adult. They'll call her, or like she's got like the IQ of like a baby. But when she's like, and the only reason they say that is because like, women get like used up, so they're trying to shame the men for going for younger women. But it's exactly the same as like the women who just go for like the rich men. So just don't believe it. Women are just full of shit.
Is it illegal?
It's illegal, but is it wrong? I don't know. At that point, I guess I wouldn't even care at that point. If she is literally about to turn 18,
Yeah, but
the next
she's
day,
not
then
18
not.
though. But she's not.
I mean, in court, obviously, it would hold one way. It would.
Well, it's 16, isn't it? So what's the problem? Well, in the UK anyway.
Hold obviously one way, but would I care? No. Like, if say for example, if it was, it's gonna sound weird, but if it was my daughter and she was in love with someone.
But this is exactly what I would do. So in my situation, if I was being asked this, I would have just put up the hypothetical like about the Palestinians and just see what she says, and she would just come up with some bullshit. Where she'd say, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about this. But I'd say, yeah, but I want to talk about this. And then she'll say, well, yeah, but I'm not talking about that. But I'd say, yeah, but I want to talk about this. So why is your opinion any more valid than me? And she'd be like, well, I'm going to give on doing the interview. And I'll say, yeah, but I want to ask these questions. And I feel like my opinion is just as valid as yours. And she'll say, well, just hang up and just say, like, oh, I'm a racist, sexist.
25 or old or whatever, and she was just about to turn 18. I'd be like, oh, okay.
If your daughter was about to turn 18, do you have a daughter?
No.
If your daughter was about to turn 18, and some 25-year-old wanted to have with her, you don't think that there's an issue with that?
I did add the caveat of they were in love, like as in they'd been.
There's no problem with that. Again, everyone here is in the UK. So, like, I'm not even going to say that's an uncomfortable truth. That's probably very apparent. I actually think I remember being in college and there was a girl there. I'm not going to say her name. I do remember her though. And she was talking to me for some reason about how she had a boyfriend who was in like university. She was in college, so she wouldn't have been. Well, she might have been 17 because I was 18, and I just think that's just what happens. Because what's the point of having the age of it's like Kay says, she loves to play jurisdiction. What's the point of having the age of consent then if you're just? And I used to say this to some of my bosses because I used to have some female bosses, right? And they'd say I'd ask them like when was the deadline. And they'd say like, oh, the end of the week, and I'd send them something on Wednesday, and because women are women, they'll still like complain to you that you gave it to them on Wednesday, because it's what women do. They need the validation. If you don't, if you're someone they deem they need a validation from, and you are one of these guys who can just come into work, you don't need to like say hi to everyone every day. But women don't. If like you say hi to a woman on a Monday and then you don't say hi to a woman on Tuesday, she'll get really angry and she'll think like you're like there's a problem. You got a problem with her, and then she'll fire you.
Oh yes, because that changes everything. Some seedy, creepy 25-year-old saying, "Oh, I love you. You're so mature for your age." That's crazy.
I'm meaning like, you know what I mean? By saying that, I'm meaning like.
So how do you establish that two people are in love?
Time together, all time together. You know what I mean?
How do you establish two people are in love? I don't know. How can you measure anything? How can you measure love? How can you measure the soul? How can you measure, I don't know, happiness? How can you measure anything? That's just, I don't know.
Time together. If it's less than a year,
I'm sorry. I don't even think you believe what you're saying.
What do you mean?
That doesn't make any sense, and that's how predators think, to be honest.
That's how predators think. There you go, classic cateism, shaming. We found a white man. Time to start saying that, and like she's like, starting to stretch because I think she's aware that she knows she's probably gonna. What she's saying is, these are kind of the body language cues. She knows that what she's saying is gonna probably cause like a bit, because if you're gonna accuse a man of like being a predator, they're gonna probably freak out. But I might be wrong. But let's see what this guy says.
What do you mean? Are you calling me a predator now?
Oh, that's crazy. He got really angry about that. I wonder why he did that. It's almost like it's like a massive stigma if a white straight man gets accused of being a predator.
That's not what I said.
That's how predators think, you know?
It is exactly like what she said.
And that's I just told you, and that's.
And look at her. She's like sort of like touching her face. She's like really embarrassed, playing with her hair. She's obviously like embarrassed about what she said. She realizes like her little woman brain emotions have come through.
My way of thinking was, so you're calling me a predator.
Well, look, dude, I can't help it. You know, if...
Look, she's playing with her hair. Like, she knows. It's like, this is like your classic, like, woman, calming techniques. 'Cause she knows she said something that's just too far because she's just trying to goad a reaction out of the man. She knows she can get away with it. She knows she can say this, and there's nothing that she's gonna have like all the Indians, black guys, and like liberal women who are gonna back her and say like anything she says is just true. So it doesn't matter.
Quacks like a duck and moves like a duck. I don't know. Look, I think we have very, very different worldviews and an idea of what's acceptable. And I think that there was too much focus on for such a young generation. It's not a huge part of your childhood. It's like you've got.
And I've been in situations again like this, where I've had like a woman be like the arbiter of like my job, and we've gone through a disciplinary, and I've proven with absolute fact that what they're claiming is incorrect, and I still lose my job because the woman just arbitrarily just decides that she just feels that there's just something incorrect or wrong with me. She feels like she doesn't like what I'm doing. Is like because I've like gone to so much effort to prove that I'm not wrong. They just like, and this is kind of what she's doing now. She's gonna kind of like summarize it, but she's gonna try and like summarize it in a way which doesn't really kind of reflect the true narrative, but she's going to take this like last part that she's decided makes him predatory and ends the debate on that, because she knows that she can't win against this guy, so the only way she can like gain any traction is now to kind of like just say, oh, did you just say something predatory? Well, I don't want to debate you anymore now because you're a predator. And I'm sorry, mate, I don't want to deal with anything like you. You're disgusting. You're a Nazi. You're a fascist. You're racist. You're sexist. I'm not going to do this anymore. And this is, again, why you can't have, like, women like Akers and be in, like, leader positions or have the jobs or vote, because this is what she does. She'll just, like, she'll look at the ballot paper and she'll see who's on the ballot. We've got Straight white man. Well, no, I don't want him to be like the leader because he's probably going to be a rapist. Indian man. Well, he'd probably be really good because Indian man will probably like not be very intimidating. Black man. Well, yeah, brilliant. I love black man. Gay man. Brilliant.
Your whole adult years to be having. You know, children should enjoy that freedom that they have at such a young age. You know, I look back to all the.
Yeah, children should have so much fun. I mean, what was it? How old were they? 16 or 17? 15? I think I had sex when I was like that age. I think that's pretty normal. I mean, I was, again, we were both 15. Romeo and Juliet. Or, go on then, get me arrested. I think. But I think this is just Katie's just got some real issues here. I think she probably was 17 or 15, probably like met some black guy who was 21, and this is why she's like the way she is.
Things that happened to me when I was a child that are in some way, shape or form related to, and like they were all negative. Now I'm not saying that, of course, some boys.
That's what I mean. She's just traumatized. I'm traumatized, so I'm just gonna make it my mission now to go out and preach to the world about how bad everyone is.
Some boys probably think, oh, I hit the jackpot. I was having when I was 13. That's just a matter of, like, that's just...
Remember, this is all men think about sex. It's all men think about. It's actually all women think about. You want to know the truth? It's all women think about. Women are the ones that just walk around just wanting, like, oh, who can put a baby in me? Who can put a baby in me? Who can have an orgasm from? Who can I fuck? Seriously, I actually think it is men aren't really thinking about it. I'm not thinking about sex that much. I don't know. I'm not really. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe that's it. Katie will tell me like I'm an incel because I don't think about sex that much.
It's a matter of how you view it. Some men are assaulted and they think it's fine and it's great because it was a woman. Like, it doesn't matter how you view something. If there's been cases of like 15-year-old boys, right, that have with their teacher who's like in their 40s. They think it's brilliant.
I don't think that's true. I actually don't think that's true. You can read comments, and there are comments that are people who say that, but I don't think I've ever heard from the actual victim themselves that that's the case. And I would ask her to prove that. This is where you'd need to like be strong and just say, can you actually show me that? Because I don't think I've seen that. And this is where her experience doesn't come in. This is the sort of thing again that like her Indian teachers told her. Her Indian teacher would be like, Wignuts you cannot trust Wignuts. They got raped when they're 15, and they really like it. White men are evil. You should fuck me. I'm a really sexy man.
It's not brilliant. It's creepy, and it's just because somebody thinks, oh, there's no problem with something, that doesn't mean that there isn't inherently a problem with something. That's why.
Yeah, that's Kay talking. I think there's a problem with Kay. I do believe that. I think she needs to go back to like the mental asylum. We need to like give her a bit more of, like the EBT. Just give her sort her out a little bit. Maybe some really powerful, like maybe give her like Valium or something. Just something to really like lithium. Just something to really like level her out a bit.
Sometimes 13-year-olds are having with 30-year-olds because they think that they're having a great time and they're not.
Probably black.
They don't know what they're doing. They're a child. It doesn't matter how you feel at the
probably black
time. Like, it doesn't matter how I don't take what kids say and be like, oh yeah, they said they feel great about it. That's not how the world works. And it's having, you know, there's too many very clear signs that it is having a negative effect on a lot of people. I'm not saying everybody, but there's just some things that can't be denied.
Okay, but why does it matter?
Katie's the poor girl who got ruined by porn. Katie's like the one she's obsessed with porn. She's the woman who's obsessed with porn. And this is the thing. These are the women who just she's going to spend her whole life just trying to like make everything like remove any sexy women from media. She's going to have this chip on her shoulder, and she's going to go out and she'll be the sort of annoying woman who'll work for like a massive game company because she's a woman, and she'll just like turn all the hot women characters into like trans lesbian women and fat freaks, and like and she'll like love that because she'll know that at least her black boyfriend now doesn't jerk off to like hentai.
I still have to ask, why does it matter?
Because
Like,
okay, I'll literally give you it in as simple terms as I can. Violence against women is increasing and increasing.
Yeah, that's because we're bringing more Muslims, and I can't believe we didn't know this.
It's getting worse and worse. Now, as much, I don't know where you stand on this, as much as people are liking to say, oh, it's the people coming from other countries, it's
Yes. Exactly. It is. It is. You just don't get it. You're 22 years old. You've lived with your black professor, and you're like Indian doctor. He's gonna, of course, they're gonna tell you shit.
immigrants that are doing it. That's not true. That's not the hugest issue that we are facing. Like, men are being violent towards women. Women are being murdered all the time by their partners, right?
No. No. What is it? It's not what's happening. It's all this. I don't know what to say anymore. Like, she'll never mention the Afghans are doing the raping. She'll never do it. She'll just never accept that. She'll never accept the fact that an Afghan guy is like 15,000 times more likely to rape someone than a white man. She'll never accept that. Her Indian teachers told her that's wrong.
The violence against women and it rising has a huge. You know.
okay, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you, okay? But why do you think that correlates to... I must ask.
Okay.
Because I do 100% agree with you. It's gone up and it's sickening. Right,
Okay.
This is like the false equivalence, isn't it? It's like, the Jews have done it perfectly. Or make the porn more aggressive, and then we can blame the white guys. When it's actually the people of color doing it, and it's genius because Katie's just like told by a black professor that that's the way it is, and she doesn't know anything. Her little pea brain doesn't understand it.
So I think that violence against women has obviously always been around, right? We know that because of, simple facts like women didn't have the right to vote, women were burnt for...
What is that got anything to do with like violence? Just because they didn't have the right to vote. I mean, that will probably happen in the next 20 years. Doesn't mean you're going to necessarily have violence.
being witches, blah, blah, blah. I think...
Oh, yeah, women being witches. Okay, what? And that's why men haven't had to like die in like loads of wars and just also be scrutinized by the top 1% or couple percent of the men in society. It's just like... Just gonna bring up this like random moment that happened in like English history where we burned witches for a small period. Sorry that like happened to you. Well, like I don't know, all the guys who've had to die in all the wars to fight since you've been here.
that it got to a point where people were... It was kind of like... I kind of see it as the same as like how... like racists were, right? Like racism was really bad. Then it got to a point where most people were...
Racism got really bad. Remember, racism doesn't exist anymore, but it did get really bad. There's no countries in the world that exhibit racism anymore. If you go to India, they're not racist. They love everyone. If you go to China, they're not racist. They love everyone. It's only white people who are racist. Fuck white people. White people can lick my nut.
in agreement that racism is bad. And now we've got to a point where it's almost like it's up to personal debate whether you should be allowed to be racist or not, because that's what we're seeing all over social media, right? And I see it kind of this.
Exactly. Kay just wants to live in like a big shit-coloured like utopia. Everyone's just mixed in a bowl, and everyone loves each other. Jews and Muslims, they all love each other. Everyone can just sing Kumbaya.
Same as media that depicts violence against women. Ages ago, I think we would have seen a lot of the things that we see now, and we would have been like back to the Playboy, hustler stuff. Not saying that people weren't having rough and violent back in those days. I know that they were.